is Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Let's head to the field and join the voices of the pack, Jim Brooks and Joe Cervi.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Neta and DeRose Thunderbowl. As the Thunderbolts get set to take on the Yellow Jackets of Black Hills State University. They're out of Spearfish, South Dakota. They made the trip in here, and we expect a pretty good ball game here today. Jim Brooks along with the Chieftains, Joe Cervi. And Joe, Thunderbolts looking to bounce back this week after a tough week last week.
Yeah, like I wrote today's paper, it's been 7 days since one of the worst defeats in the last 10 years here at Csu-Pueblo, and so we're going to find out. John Riston talks about ebbs and flows and character, and we're going to see all that today. Black Hills State is a very good team. John Reiners is a very good coach. These guys are great people. We've had nothing but tremendous dealings with Black Hills State, so we're looking forward to them being in town. So if Csu-Pueblo is going to show who they are and what they're about, it's going to start against a very good football team.
Well, and it's kind of unfortunate for them that they lost their quarterback early on this season for a couple of ball games and a couple of crucial ball games. If not for that, they had to take a loss on the chin against Fort Lewis. They went to Dixie, lost there as well, but that was without their number one signal caller. You kind of figure if they'd have had him in each one of those games, they might have turned the tables. This could have been really a huge ball game. As it is, it's still big for the Thunderbolts, but I'm just thinking about the conference.
Well, that's Ryan Hommel, who's from Rock Canyon High School in Highlands Ranch, former teammate of Tanner Kuda, Csu-Pueblo's punter. You got to realize, 2 years ago, Black Hills State did not win a game. Last year, John Reiners was Coach of the Year in the RMAC. So they went from worst to really, really good, other than the top three. I think they finished fourth behind the trio of Mesa Mines and Csu-Pueblo. And they kind of got it going. Remember, they had that great start.
Yeah.
And a lot of these guys are back. These are names that are familiar to us from not only last year here, but 2 years ago up there. So they've been around.
And you look at their, kind of funny, look at the coaching tree, I guess you'd say, in the RMAC. It all revolves around Shadron,
Billy O'Boyle.
You go back to Kearney, and then even that's kind of the area that all these coaches seem to have come around, and they all end up mashing against each other again, I guess.
Well, yeah, John Reiners was on the staff at Shadron under Bill O'Boyle, and then he got a job. Jazz Baines was on the staff at Shadron, and he's now the head coach of Western State. Russ Martin at Mesa was at Kearney.
Right.
Under Daryl Morris, who, Daryl Morris was a very intense coach, but he won a lot of games for the Lopers back in the day. And so when John Riston comes in, that RMAC fraternity, he had nobody on that RMAC fraternity. And now he's coaching against all of them. But John's really straight up with us when it comes to talking about dealings with other coaches, and he really likes and respects John Reiners. So that tells us what kind of coach he is.
Well, they are kind of building the program the right way, have built it the right way up there. They don't bring in a bunch of gypsies to come in here, junior college guys that don't have any real identity. I think they've only got 2 junior college transfers actually playing significant time on their ball club. They only have 1 true freshman that I noticed through the lineup that plays, so they've got a few redshirt freshmen out there, but they like to get you in, get you acclimated to the program, and then build you much the same way the Thunderbolts do.
And they are who they are. Okay, this is Division II football, and if you coach them right and you get the right players and it's a right fit, then good things can happen, and John Reiners is seeing that. I don't know if you read the paper today, but Black Hills State has almost 30 Colorado kids on its roster.
Right.
When you think we're 8 hours, I guess, from Spearfish, so Denver, the northern part of that's only about 6. So they can sneak down and steal some kids. Exactly,
and you got to have a feeling that a lot of those 30 on that ball club have a little chip on their shoulder because the big boys down at Csu-Pueblo didn't bring them in, so now they get a chance to show Csu-Pueblo, hey, here's what you missed.
Well, and it's my understanding that Ryan Hommel, the quarterback from Black Hills State, was recruited only by John Reiners in Black Hills State. So, that's how many Division II schools within a 3-hour drive of your hometown, plus the big ones. So, maybe he's got a little bit, like you said, of a chip on his shoulder.
Well, last week the Thunderbolts losing really put a crimp in their postseason playoff aspirations. They've got to win out, no doubt about it. They got to win out and then have a little bit of help, and we'll be tracking several games throughout the day from the Northern Sun Conference, the Lone Star, the Great Northwest. All of those games are later this evening, and of course Mesa's game at Adams State. But the Thunderbolts need to take care of business, Joe, and we even talked about it before we came on. They need some style points. They need to really just belt some people.
You hate to say it, but it's all about math. So whether you win by 16 points or 36 points is irrelevant. irrelevant, except for the fact that you got judges. You got guys, if there's somebody on the fence, or your reputation. I mean, if you got A and B, and A's got a previous national championship under your belt, and they're all things being equal, maybe you can nudge one in there. The sad thing about Csu-Pueblo's loss last week is now you're forced to watch the scoreboard.
Right.
You're forced to, you don't control your own destiny. I mean, you have to win the next 4 games starting today, or else the conversation's over, is like John Riston wants to say. But not only do you take care of those 4 games, you have to have one eye on that D2 scoreboard and hope you get some help. But like we've seen all season long, this is a wacky season in college football, and anybody can beat anybody on any given day.
Well, speaking of John Riston, we're going to come back after this timeout. We're going to talk to the head coach. That all comes your way next as the Thunderwolves pregame show continues on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolts pregame show. And joining me now, head coach John Riston. And John, in many ways, this week is probably what a coach looks forward to, because now you can really get your players' attention. I'm trying to wax this poetic here.
Well, you're a master of words, and along with you and your partner, you guys master the Webster Dictionary and the English language, and so I appreciate you doing that. We have a unique opportunity to get better, and we have only one direction to go after last week, and that's up. And my God, I've been here for 10 years and 10 seasons, and it's been wonderful. But that was not Pac football, and hopefully the kids listen, and hopefully we respond, and I would be surprised if we don't.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing that probably got you a little bit, even in games where you've been, maybe the Mines game a year ago up there when it kind of snowballed a little bit, but you guys came back a little bit in the second half. This game just appeared, just wasn't there the entire day. Well,
I think when you deal with the human spirit and competition, you might have one of those days. I don't want them. I don't plan for them. I don't try to. Obviously, we try to overcome that, and great programs do overcome that, and great teams overcome that. I still really like this team. I still believe in this team. It still has an opportunity to still do the things that we need to do.
Well, you're back at home, which is always nice. Back on a surface you're comfortable with. So maybe a chance, a good tonic perhaps to get well.
Well, I think the formula is there for us to be able to get better. And I just challenge us to play every play as hard as you can and put your head down. There's no secret to this thing. You just got to go do it and get executed. And it's really boils down, what's the 6 inches in between your ears telling you? And how are you controlling that? And that's what I really try to focus on this week.
Obviously, last couple big plays early in the game kind of put you behind the 8 ball. I guess that's job one this week. Hey, let's, right from the start, we got to bear down here.
Yeah, I think that we need to start fast. We need to have a physical presence out there. We have a unique opportunity to redefine ourselves, and this is a chance to do it through adversity. Like I've talked about on Wednesday night, we talked about our character. Well, our character was exposed but we have a chance to shine. We have a chance to redefine what our character is after adversity. That's the only way you can do that, or else we can be in the cesspool, and I don't plan on being in that cesspool.
Well, you mentioned it. Physically, that's where I think you got to do it. You got to kind of impose your will on the other ball club, don't you?
We just got to go and take advantage of our opportunities, and we can't wait for someone else to make the big play. We can't wait on this. Just go seize the moment. Go prepare yourself like you're going to play the game of your life. Just don't think you can show up with this Thunderwolf uniform. And if you thought that's things that happen on Saturday, I think I got their attention on that.
That's good news. You can take care of your ball club. Maybe the bad news, this club's pretty good. I mean, they're coming on, it seems like, watching some of their numbers, and they pose some problems.
They are very talented in their scheme. Ryan Hommel does a great job. The number 34, Paris, is the running back. He's very active. They're secondary. They're leading the country in turnover margin. They had 7 last week, 2 returned for pick 6, and we got our work cut out for us.
Well, offensively, it seems like there's not just one guy. It seems like they spread it around a little bit too. So sometimes that makes it tough when you don't know who to really key on.
Well, I think 83 is a big target for them. I think his last name is Jones. And then I really think the biggest difference in their offense is number 20. He's really a scat back receiver. He's got a little more speed than they've had in the past, and he's hard to tackle.
And you mentioned defensively, turnover is going to be key. You can't let them turn you over, and more or less, if they do turn you over, not score.
Yeah, we just got to make sure we play pack football, and that's, hey, I'm able to give up some yards, but I don't want to give up points. And I want our offense to control the game, control long drives, be able to get back to physical presence of running the ball. And then I want Rex to be able to take and feel like he's not on a short leash. I want Rex to feel like he can go out there and play and do his thing. And then make some big plays on special teams.
All right, let's go get a win.
Let's go Pack.
All right, Thunderbolts head coach John Riston back with more of our pregame show right after this. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbowl. Jim Brooks, along with the Chieftains' Joe Cervi, here to bring you the call of this RMAC showdown between the Thunderwolves and the Yellow Jackets of Black Hills State University. We just had the game ball delivered, Joe. That's always exciting when the helicopter swoops in.
Yeah, I'll never get used to a helicopter landing in the middle of the field. This is kind of a strange deal, but they get out, and it's a pink out game, and this is a big game for John Riston. He asks his players to write a letter and dedicate this game and their performance to someone other than themselves, to go play for somebody other than themselves. And, with his family's history of cancer, it's always been an important game for him. And the players seem to take it to heart. When they realize they have to put to paper to pen something playing for somebody other than yourself.
Well, I think it goes without saying, everybody in life has always had someone affected by cancer. It may not be breast cancer, but cancer is the villain of all of us, it seemes like.
Well, and you just got to put, and John talked about it Wednesday on the show, you got to put football in perspective. They lay an egg in the worst loss in maybe 10 years, and Ty McCulley's grandfather, Charles McCulley, passes away on the same day, and he gives the big guy a hug at the Loaf and Jug gas station in Alamosa and says, buddy, we're here for you. So it's definitely in perspective.
Thunderbolts looking, of course, to bounce back this week. And one of the big questions coming into the ball game, Joe, was at quarterback. But as you heard John Riston say there in the interview, he has the utmost confidence in Rex Dowson, and he's going to need that confidence, I think, going in here, especially early on in this ball game. We're going to find out a lot about Rex today.
2 weeks ago, we see Rex throw for 300 yards.
Yeah.
Last week, we see him scared. Okay, you can't do both. We need the confident, strong arm, take charge Rex to lead the offense. Whatever they do, whether they run the ball, throw the ball, play action, ROP, whatever they got to do, we need to see a confident and commanding Rex Dowson in the backfield. Gunnar Lampier is in the wings, a true freshman, showed a little bit something late in that game. He put him in mock time, threw 2 touchdown passes, and now this is just emergency situation only, but Brandon Edwards is in uniform, was warming up. He is available in a total emergency only basis. If this game were next week, which is saying next week's game, Brandon Edwards will be back.
Yeah, that is the target date, and that's what they've been saying all along, and that's they hope to have him back next week for the game against Western State for that 3-game stretch drive. But that 3-game stretch drive will have a lot more meaning if the Thunderbolts come up with the win today against Black Hills State. We'll come back after this timeout. Joe will give you the keys to victory for today's ball game. That all comes your way next. You're listening to the Thunderbolts pregame show on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbowl. Fans that are in attendance today, big round of applause here. The band out on the field playing. Whenever you do a song oriented toward the services, Joe, you get a big response. The crowd liked it. The band sounding good today.
Pandering to the military. Love it. But you know what's funny is I love both the Air Force theme song and the Navy theme song. Yeah. So it's kind of hard when they play each other because I love Anchors Away and Off We Go. Those are great songs.
And it's a Kids' Day here today. We have a lot of the little
Thunder Pups.
Yeah, I guess you'd call them that. The cheerleaders will be performing here at halftime, plus before the ball game. They're all dressed in their nice pink gear here today to stand out. And if you are out cruising around, still want to come out to a ball game, it's free admission if you want to sit in the Thunderbowl today. So normally a $5 or $6 ticket. It's free today. Kids get in free no matter what. So it's kind of a cool thing they got going on today. So if you're out cruising around, come on out and join us.
It's a great day. It's not hot, not cold. It's like perfect.
Oh, I know. It is just absolutely perfect.
Slight breeze to keep you nice and cool. They got cold beer.
Considering what the forecast was yesterday, thinking about we might be having big gale force winds again today, it's actually turned out to be just a nice little breeze. It's coming out of the south, which is the usual prevailing wind here at the Thunderbowl. You hate it when the wind's coming out of the north. So out of the south's not too bad, coming in through the open end of the stadium. It'll affect things a little bit, but not like we thought it might.
No, again, they play here enough to know what it's going to do or what it's not going to do. Like last week at Fort Lewis, the wind was a sideways wind. It blew from our backs in the press box across the field. So Fort Lewis was obviously used to that kind of prevailing crossing wind, and Csu-Pueblo had no answer.
Well, Joe, give us the keys to victory for today's ball game. First for the Thunderbolts, what do they have to do?
They need to get back to pack football, and to me that means running the football. You have this veteran offensive line. We talked about it for 2 years. They need to assert themselves. Keith Head, Corbin Feenstra, Ty McCulley. These guys need to get after it. You have great backs in Marche, Denard, and Austin Meach behind you. You have a capable quarterback throwing. It's up to you five up front to get the job done.
For Black Hills State to come in here and win their first ever ball game against Csu-Pueblo. They're 0-5 coming in. What do they have to do to come away with a win?
Well, their formula is what's worked for them has been Csu-Pueblo's formula in the past, and that's forcing turnovers. They're one of the top teams in the country in turnovers, and if they can get extra possessions today against this Csu-Pueblo team that's wounded, we don't know what kind of psyche that we're going to see. So I'm curious about that, but if they can get a couple of stops and a couple of turnovers, that might bode well for Black Hills State.
Well, Thunderbolts getting set to come out on the field. They'll be led by Tundra as always as we get our way closer and closer toward kickoff. We're going to take another time out. We'll come back. We'll give you the pregame weather conditions. That all comes your way next. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
CSU-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Thunderwolves have taken the field. Band continues on with the fight song here. Weather conditions, as we said in our last segment, perfect. 59 degrees, expecting a high around 60 before the game is over today. Currently the winds, not that bad at all. Out of the southwest at about 8 miles per hour. No chance of precipitation. Kickoff is next. Thunderwolves and the Yellow Jackets on Fox Sports Pueblo.
CSU-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbowl. Marching band making its way off the field, getting the fans revved up here. Joe will keep his eye on the coin toss. We'll give you the starting lineups for today's ball game. First for the Thunderbolts, we'll introduce their defense today. At cornerback, it'll be Darius Williams. He's a 6', 196-pound junior out of Gilbert, Arizona. The other corner, Emery Taylor. He's a 6', 182-pound sophomore out of Aurora. Went to Columbine High School. The safeties, Natu Hestius, 6', 294-pound junior out of Santa Rosa, California. Dominic Cisse, 5'11", 182-pound senior out of Long Beach, California. The linebackers, Nor Shangalo, he's a 6'1", 181-pound junior out of Commerce City. Went to Adams City High School. The other outside linebacker, James Maxey, 6'1", 222-pound sophomore out of Parker. Went to Ponderosa High School. The inside linebackers, Quinn Vandekoppel, he's a 6', 225-pound junior out of Castle Rock. Went to Regis Jesuit High School. Brandon Bear, 6'4", 248-pound junior out of Pine, Colorado. He went to Conifer High School. The left defensive end is Josh Croy, 6'4", 280-pound senior out of Littleton. Went to Columbine High School. The right defensive end, Michael Riston, 6'4", 248-pound junior out of Broomfield. Nose guard is Deion Sizer, 6'4", 283-pound junior out of Aurora. Went to Eagle Crest High School. Head coach John Riston, proud member of the class of '84 here at CSU-Pueblo. For Black Hills State at quarterback, it'll be Ryan Hummel. He's a 6'2", 196-pound junior out of Highlands Ranch. He went to Rock Canyon High. The running back, Fidel Paris, he's a 5'10", 210-pound senior out of Thornton. He went to Legacy High School. Bradley Adamson is a wide receiver, 6'1", 188-pound senior out of Merced, California. He'll be joined by Eric Hairston Belcher, 5'7", 165-pound senior out of Gilbert, Arizona. Shandon Jones, 6'2", 200-pound senior out of Pipestone, Minnesota. The tight end is Zane Lindsay, 6'3", 230-pound junior out of Longmont, went to Silver Creek High School. The tackles, Darian Warford, 6'3", 285-pound senior out of Tulare, California, along with Joseph Moraga, 6'4", 320-pound redshirt freshman out of Merced, California. The guards, Clayton Dry, 6'2", 275-pound junior out of Phoenix, Arizona. Jesse Marshall, 5'11", 276-pound junior out of Cheyenne, Wyoming. The center, Aaron Montoya, 6', 260-pound senior out of Brighton. He went to Legacy High School. John Reiners is head coach in his 6th year here at Black Hills State. Joe, what happened on the coin toss?
Well, the good luck charm was not good luck. That would have been Chris Bonner, the quarterback of the national championship team in 2014. Black Hills State won the toss, deferred, so Csu-Pueblo will get the ball going left to right or from north to south in the all red pants, red tops against the all white and green, and you know how they feel about green at Csu-Pueblo.
Well, for Chris Bonner up on the Thunder Vision, they just replayed the touchdown that he threw to Paul Browning, the key scorer in that national championship game back in 2014.
The only touchdown.
It was the only touchdown. It was a couple of the field goals. 13-0 was the final. Kicking off, it'll be Jacob Parks. And deep, it'll be Donnell and Dodd back deep for the Thunderwolves. At least that's who we're supposed to have. We'll see. The ball goes into the end zone. It's handled, and it will be down. And actually, today they had Brandon O'Donnell back deep to receive the kickoff, and he downs it, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
They've had an interesting kicking game at Black Hills. It's been very inconsistent.
Yeah, they've had a number of different guys try it, 3 different kickers.
I asked John Reiners if he was holding tryouts last week during the game because they had 3 different kickers kick extra points.
So Thunderbolts come out. We'll start right in the middle of the field at the 25-yard line. Come out with a wide receiver to each side. It'll be Ribberich to the right.
They want it on the left hash.
That's where they want to set up. Amon Johnson going to be line up wide to the left. So they do move it over to the left hash mark. Dowson up under center. Marche Denard, the lone back. Boyd lines up on the right side, the extra tight end. They run it to the right side of Denard. Nice cut. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 30. Breaks another tackle. Across the 35. Out to the 38-yard line.
Hello, Marche Denard. Welcome back.
Well, the Thunderbolts had very little in the run game last week against Fort Lewis. They open up with a nice 13-yard gain here on first down.
They killed for one of those last week.
Exactly. And Marche didn't get a lot of work last week, to say the least. So first and 10, Thunderbolts out at the 38-yard line. Same formation. Extra tight end on the left side this time. And Ribberich lines up wide left. Washington going in motion. They don't run the jet sweep here. Straight drop back. They're going to run the draw play to Denard up the middle, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard on the play. It'll be second down for the Thunderwolves. Brought Washington in motion across the backside. Haven't seen him run the jet sweep to him this year. That's more of a Josh Smith play. Officially, it'll be no gain, second down and 10.
Black Hills did a good job on that, just kind of getting good push forward, muddying it up. There were no holes.
Thunderbolts again in their all-red uniforms.
They're undefeated in red.
They thought it was going to be a novelty that first ball game of the year, but they did so well. The top players talked to Coach Risson, hey, let's just do it every week. Boyd in motion, resets on the left side of the formation. Fake the draw play. Dowson rolls to the right, looks down the right side, fires it right, almost intercepted. Might have been picked off.
It is intercepted.
Still waiting for the signal here. The officials are going to mark it down. They're going to conference here. Did he get it?
They're going to say
incomplete.
Incomplete.
Hit the turf. Long conference there.
That was a bad throw by. It was a bad decision and a bad throw by Rex Dowson. They had seen that play. It was a layered play. The tight end was covered, so he tried to stuff one in there, and the defensive back just jumped the route.
Watching the replay, it looked like the man that intercepted it actually stepped out of bounds. He wasn't on the field to play when he cradled the ball there.
It was just a poor throw and a worse decision.
3rd and 10 now for the Thunderwolves. This time from the pistol. Denard stays in there. Trips to the right this time for the Thunderwolves. Straight drop back by Dowson. Steps up into the pocket. Now he'll run with it. He's got a little bit of room. Cuts. He's got the first down across midfield down to the 47-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Good run that time. Good decision by Rex Dowson. And spotted at the 47-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
Jimmy, you want to get your teammates' confidence back in you? Be willing to do that and get 16 yards.
Made a nice move at his own 45-yard line and cut upfield to get those extra 8 yards.
We know we never saw his brother Ross, make that kind of move. He didn't have to. You just throw it.
Double wide out right, single wide out left from the pistol. Denard the lone back. And they draw him offside here. Flag comes down. Hand off to Denard up the middle. He gained about 3. Continuing to push the pile. And they rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 7. Now the question is, do you go 2nd and 3 or 1st and 5? It's going to be offside against Black Hill State. I think you go 1st and 5.
I don't know. Yeah, you probably do. No, John's going to decline it.
On the defense, lined up in the neutral zone. That penalty is declined. 2nd down.
And we thank Scott Richards and the crew at the Game Day Production Company. They've gotten our referee mic fixed, so we can bring you those again this week. 2nd down and 3 as they do decline it. Tough decision right there, Joe. I don't think it's a win-win, really.
Yeah, 2 yards and not the carry and have a 1st down, but they look like they're moving the ball just fine right now.
Washington motion to the right. They hand it off to Denard around the right side. Nice cut. Gets across the 40. Spins. Flag comes down. Ball came out late.
Landed right back at him.
Flag going to be on the Thunderbolts here. Probably a chop block or holding here on the pack.
Yeah, that's not good.
Was short of the 1st down by a yard. Doesn't matter. Thunderbolts are going to march backwards here. Here comes the call. Referee today, Gary Leeper.
Personal foul. Clipping. Number 65 on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
So clipping the call against the Thunderwolves. Marks it all the way back to the 45-yard line of the Thunderwolves.
They cannot get out of their own way, can they?
They just cannot. Those personal fouls, they right there in the top 10 in the nation. You don't want to be in the top 10 of yards penalized.
No, they just can't get out of their own way sometimes.
2nd and 23 now for the Pack. Johnson wide to the right. Smith wide to the left. Morgan Smith, the tight end, he's lined up left. Washington goes in motion to left. Might set up a bubble screen over this way. And they pass it left side. Ball caught by Washington. He's hit immediately. Gets forward for about 3. Well, they're going to mark him down back here at the 41-yard line where they're seeing his knee hit down. So a gain of a yard is all for the Thunderbolts. Pass just took too long to get out there.
About 18.
And when you got some ball hawks on this Black Hill State ball club, you don't want to be fluttering the ball out in the flat, that's for sure.
No, they have a penchant for picking balls off. They took 2 to the house last week, 2 pick sixes. So that'll be pick 12.
So the ball's at the 46-yard line. Thunderbolts need the 37-yard line of Black Hill State to get the 1st down. That's 17 yards they need here on 3rd down. From the pistol, Dowson straight drop back. A lot of time. Now he's flushed. Rolls to his right. Here comes late pressure, and they've got him. He gets the pass away. Gets it across the line of scrimmage. It'll be incomplete. So no grounding on the play. Good pressure that time for Black Hill State. Gerald Genoway out of Smoky Hill, the sophomore, came flying in there late and put Dowson on his seat.
Jimmy, all his receivers kept running away.
Yeah, they were all running deep patterns there that time.
It's 4th down. I thought it was only 3rd down.
So 4th down now and 17. Tanner Kuda in to punt it away for the Thunderwolves. No score here in the early going. Low snap, but it's handled. Gets the punt away. High spiraling kick. Fair catch signaled for at the 17-yard line and taken. And that's where Black Hill State will set up shop with their first offensive possession of the day.
Athlete Advisory Committee is conducting a 50-50 raffle day.
There's Eric Hairston Belcher receiving the punt there, so that's where Black Hill State takes over at their own 17-yard line. Ryan Hummel, the quarterback.
Well, Jim, that's when you defer the opening kick and your defense gets a stop like that, you did your job. That's exactly what you're trying to do, and now you're in the driver's seat.
Hummel, he's thrown for 11 touchdowns this year. He averages 241 yards an outing. He's only started 4 games this year out of the 7. He missed 3 for the Yellow Jackets early on in the season. He operates from the gun, takes the snap, play action, looks right, fires up the right sideline. Got a man ball broken up at the last minute. Emory Taylor barely got a hand in there late to break that one up.
That might be the best single coverage that he's had all year. That ball was perfectly thrown. He turned, he looked for the ball, he got his hand up and knocked it away. That's the way you play defensive back.
They were trying to get it to Bradley Adamson. Adamson only 7 catches on the year. Their main target is Shannon Jones, got 21 this year so far. 2nd down and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. No score. Bring a man in motion across the formation. And they run it up into the middle to Paris. And he gets maybe a yard on the play out to the 18-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Yellow Jackets. 11:05 to play here in the first quarter. No score.
Fidel Paris, he's not very big, but if he can get through that first line, he's got great speed.
Well, he averages 5 yards a carry. Scored 7 touchdowns this year. Averages 124 yards a game.
And he's real. He's 210, 215. He's a big, thick guy.
They like to throw it to him out of the backfield too. He's caught 13 balls on the year, so he's a double threat. 3rd and 9 now for the Yellow Jackets. Thunderbolts were terrible on defense last week on 3rd down. 6 of 8 in the first half alone. Low snap. It's handled by Hummel. Steps up in the pocket. He's under a heavy pressure, and he goes down at the 10-yard line. That low snap fouled things up right away, and the Thunderbolts came busting in there. Shangalo from the right side, plus the big guys in the middle. I think it was Croy.
Well, I'm just seeing who they're hugging it out with, and it was Josh Croy.
Shangalo perhaps with an assist. It's back at the 11-yard line.
80 and 10 look the same from here.
So 4th down now and 16. Rivers stands at his own 45-yard line to receive the punt from Jess Edens.
Bad snap.
Gets the punt away into the wind, and it's going to be fair caught. No, it's going to be returned at the 48, 45-yard line to the 43, and that's where Rivers will go down. I can't believe he didn't fair catch it. I was watching the punt, and with everybody running up on him, I just assumed he called a fair catch, but never assume with Kevin Rivers, Joe. He is a daredevil.
Just a one-side step, and if you're willing to get plastered like that, then it's okay. But your up guys are almost afraid to hit you, that first guy, because they don't want to get caught. Not giving you the halo. So.
Well, there's a situation the Thunderbolts had last week down in Durango. Early on in the game, they had great field position. Last week it was the 45. This week it's at the 43. They're in plus territory. Last week they went 3 and out against Fort Lewis. Let's see if they do here early in the game with a tie ball game, 0-0, 9:46 to go.
Michi now in a tailback.
From the gun this time. Michi on the left hip of Dowson. And they're going to fake it. Look over the middle, tight end, or underneath actually to Washington. Missed him. I was looking at Amon Johnson, was wide open across the middle. He could have taken his pick there. Pass was low.
And that's a Rex Dowson special. That's that quick hitter to the slot guy running a skinny post. That's his favorite pass pattern, and he underthrew him.
That's a sign, Joe, to me, of a little tenseness or lack of confidence. They're afraid to put any air under it.
But he's got to have that after last week. He got yanked for a true freshman, so they need to get his confidence back up.
Smith wide to the right. O'Shea Washington in the slot to the right. They bring Boyd in motion, resets behind the right tackle. They're going to run the ball to Michi, bounces it outside, now bounces it back inside across the 40. Hit down hard at the 37-yard line. The old high-low routine like you used to see in the halls of high school, Joe.
Yeah, if they were blocking him, that'd have been a personal foul, but they were tackling him.
So it's a gain of 6, 3rd down and 4. I'm sure you never did that, Joe. Come up behind somebody and get down on your hands and knees and have somebody push you over the top.
I was the bullied, not the bully.
3rd down and 4 now for the Thunderwolves. Trips to the left. Smith going to go way out wide to the left. From the pistol, Michi the lone back. Dowson takes the snap, 3-step drop, looks over the middle, now fires it toward the end zone. That's going to sail over everybody.
Gotta be no flag.
Trying to get it to Sammy Long. The ball had enough air under it. The Long almost is able to run underneath it, throwing it into that slight breeze there. So 4th down, Thunderbolts have to punt the football away here.
Jim, this is the problem I had last week. You need 4, and you're taking these giant shots.
Yeah, taking a 40-yard shot there.
Whatever happened to the sit route to the chains and keep moving the chains? He had enough time right there to check down all 4 of his receivers, and he went deep in a low percentage pass.
So again, the Thunderbolts early in the game with great field position do not take advantage. Here's the punt. It's going to be a pooch punt here as he turns it on its end and sails it high in the air. It's going to hit down inside the 10, bounces inside the 5, inside the 3, and going to be down there. Great job of the Thunderbolts. And again, Tanner Kuda. The special teams of the Thunderbolts have been no problem there with the kickers this year. Punting and kicking game have been fabulous. And Kuda, you can see, Joe, that's a new specialty of punters do. They don't
it on the nose.
Yeah, and they just boot it up there and it hits down and takes that nice high hop.
Just think of a football as straight up and down rather than throwing a spiral. Think of it as straight up and down, and he kicks it on the nose to deaden it and kick it as high as you can.
It's a net 35 yards on the punt.
But it's at the 3.
You love that.
Yeah, that's as good as you're going to get. Now you just can't give up a big play.
So Hummel now from the pistol this time. Has Paris right behind him. They bring a man in motion across the formation. They fake the jet sweep. They give it to Paris up the middle. Now he bounces outside. He's got an opening. Across the 10, 15, and he's hauled down at the 20-yard line.
What'd I say?
Right on cue. Paris with a big gainer there as they fake the jet sweep, and that froze the linebacking core of the Thunderbolts just enough to get Paris bounced outside all the way to the 20. Gain of 17, 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. And they give it to Paris up the middle, and he fights. And he's all the way out to the 24-yard line. They hit him right at the line of scrimmage, but good leg drive that time by Paris. He's a stocky guy, 5'10", 210-pound senior out of Legacy High School in Thornton.
He carried Quinn Vandekopp of those 4 yards. He just had out-leveraged him.
2nd and 6, no score. Rolling to the right, Hummel.
The throwback.
Goes down the right sidelines, got a man open, and then the pass sails over his head, incomplete. And trying to get it to Jones, his favorite target. Injured player here for the Thunderwolves.
Black Hills players tried to get him up, and he just waved him off. I think he's hurt more than that. Is that Nor?
As I'm looking around, that's who I don't see standing up, so I believe it is Shangalo here.
Grisson's walking his way out.
So we've got an injury on the field. Looks like it might be a little bit, or are they going to get him up here? Let's see.
I think they're going to get him up.
We'll keep it right here for the moment. Really not working on any.
No, I think he got kind of, I don't want to say hit from behind, but kind of like jerked.
The Yellow Jackets have just missed on a couple of big play opportunities in this game up the sideline. Shangalo now up, sitting up, and now they pull him up.
I think he just got a little disoriented, and we'll watch on the sidelines. If they start going through the concussion protocol, we'll know if he got dinged or not.
Yeah, there's definitely no leg injury, arm injury, shoulder injury, anything like that. He was just taking inventory. Now, as Joe said, we'll see it. And then one of his teammates comes out and whacks him right on top of the head. If you've got a possibility of a concussion, the last thing you want is your teammate whacking you on top of the helmet.
He doesn't even want to go to the table.
So it's 3rd and 6 now for the Yellow Jackets. Trips to the right, single wide out to the left. Hummel from the gun. Thunderbolts anxious along the line of scrimmage, but they hold their water.
You know, this is where you throw that screen because they're so excitable. You know, they're so anxious to get in there. They're going to be coming.
Still 20 on the play clock. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure off the edge. He steps up, gets the pass away. Intercepted by the Thunderbolts. Back the other way. It's Williams across the 20.
Can he 15, do it again?
10. Jumps to the 5. Cuts to the outside to the goal line. Touchdown, Thunderbolts. He's the touchdown machine on defense.
His 3rd pick 6 this season.
Well, the Thunderbolts got enough pressure that time on Hummel. Got at his feet. And Williams, he knows what the great cut at the 5-yard line to take it on into the end zone. Amazing. Extra point try upcoming. Mitchell Carter. Good snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is good. 7:44 to go in the first quarter. Thunderbolts strike first on the pick 6 by Darius Williams. They lead it 7-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Just a fabulous return that time by Darius Williams to take it to the house for the touchdown for the Thunderwolves, his third of the year.
I've talked to Darius Williams many, many times. He's a junior. He's an all-RMAC performer. They're taught to score. They're not taught just to pick off the pass. Because sometimes a score will, your drive will stall. They need to get that in the end zone. That's the third time this season he's returned one for a touchdown.
Short kickoff, handled at the 11-yard line, across the 15, 20, cut to the outside. Pretty good return here by Garcia, but they shut it down in a hurry as he crosses the 25 to the 26-yard line. So this week, the Thunderwolves get the pick six. Last week, they were a victim of the pick six early in the game.
And that was a great defensive pick six, because the reason why the ball was so poorly thrown is because Hummel was getting tackled low as he was releasing the ball. I didn't see who had him low, but I think it was one of the defensive ends.
So 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 26-yard line. They trail it 7-0. Hummel from the gun this time. Paris on his right hip, a little bit behind him. They're going to give it to Paris up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's across the 30. Breaks another tackle. Pushes the pile out to about the 33-yard line. Good, strong run that time by Fidel Paris.
Jim, that's just too easy right up the middle.
Number 34, Fidel Paris, time by number 45, Kyle Rosenbrock.
2nd down and 3 upcoming for the Yellow Jackets.
And that's nothing fancy. That's just blast right up the middle.
Well, Fidel Paris, he's out of Thornton, Colorado, went to Legacy High School. And he's going to get it again up the middle. He is hit immediately this time for no gain.
A little better defense that time. They say the ball came out, but nobody's signaling that in the black and white attired.
Rosenbrock in the ball game for this series, and he was there in on the stop for the Thunderwolves. No gain. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
Kyle Rosenbrock in for Quinn Vandekoppel. Shangolo back in the game, though.
That's good. Right, just had the wind knocked out of him. That's what that tells you.
You know, he likes to come from the edge almost every play. If he's going to get there one of these days.
3rd and 3. Look right, fire right. Ball caught. 1st down across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. On the grab, it's Adamson, the senior out of Merced, California. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets at the 43-yard line. 6:15 to go here in the first quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 7-0.
Hummel just released that ball so quickly that no matter what rush you put on it, the ball was gone.
Trips to the left this time. Ball is on the right hash mark. From the gun, it's Hummel. Junior out of Rock Canyon High School in Highlands Ranch. Tight end shifts to the left side of the formation this time. They look left, bubble screen left. It's caught, but it's blown up by Williams. He just went right through the blocker and makes the stop for a loss of 3. He's doing it all.
Jim, not only did he shed his blocker, he shed it to the side where he can make a tackle. And when do you see passes go for -2, -3?
Just that little bubble screen, and he just read it beautifully and fought right through it.
You know why he read it beautifully? He sees it every day in practice. That's one of Csu-Pueblo's favorite plays offensively.
2nd down and 13 now for the Yellow Jackets. They're going to go double wide out to each side this time. Left hash. From the gun, it's Hummel. Takes the snap, looks left, fires left. Ball caught in the flat across the 45, trying to make a move. And Payer coming over to make the stop this time on Belcher. Gets forward across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd down now and 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
That was actually a really nice route. Everybody kind of took off, and he just stopped. And next thing you know, he's got 10 yards of separation between him and anyone.
Shows you the speed, though, of Payer to come over there and be able to shut that thing down. They empty the backfield this time. Trips to the right, double wide out left. All alone in the backfield's Hummel from the gun.
Watch him taking off. He can run.
Straight drop back, looks up the middle. Now he fires it over the middle. Ball deflected, almost intercepted. Looks like Donnell got his hands on it that time for the Thunderwolves.
Tevin Donnell's been hit and miss this year, and that time he was perfect position. Almost tipped it to Payer.
Yeah, he deflected it straight up in the air. He beat me to it there as Payer was lurking.
That's why we work well together.
There you go. We see it.
We finish each other, which is really scary.
So it's 4th down and 7 now.
Good place for a fake on the field. Long count here. Good snap.
Kick is away.
No fake. Crazy punt.
Taken at the 14-yard line, up the sideline, across the 15 out to about the 20-yard line.
That was Brandon O'Donnell out of Valor.
They're alternating him a lot on the punt team with Ribberich. Ribberich battling a few little nagging injuries. They just don't want to overexpose him out there on the punt return because that is a tough job returning punts, and we already saw Ribberich return one in this game, with big coverage on him. So
I don't think people understand how good a football player Kevin Ribberich is.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He came from East. He's not very big. He's tough as nails. Division II's not for everybody. It's for him. He's a very good football player.
He lines up wide to the right in this set from the pistol. Denard back in. And they give it to Marche up the middle. He just bangs forward for about 3 out to the 23-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for the Thunderwolves.
In Division II, they don't see size. It's not a deterrent. It's not a game changer, game breaker, whether you play or not. Division II is whether you can play, period. And Ribberich, they list him at 5'6", 155. And I'll give him that. He's definitely 5'6", 155, but he's a thick 155, and he's fast. And he's fearless.
He lines up wide to the right this time. Mon Johnson to the left. Boyd, the extra tight end on the right side this time for the Thunderwolves. And they draw him offside. Hand off to Denard up the middle. And breaks the tackle to the 25-yard line. The far linesman threw the flag immediately. And this will be a free 5 yards for the Thunderwolves. So instead of 3rd and 5, they're going to have 2nd down now and about 2.
Rex needs to know that that's a free play.
Go Thunderwolves.
You see that offside, you get that cadence, you chuck one.
Number 90 offense. A penalty has been accepted. 5 yards, 2nd down.
So 2nd down and 8 now. Or 2nd and 2 for the Thunderwolves.
Now you take a shot.
Yeah, now it's play caller's delight right here.
Yeah, this is where Dave Brown and Gordy Shaw, what do we want to dazzle them with right here?
Ribberich to the right, Johnson to the left. Double tight end set. Denard alone back here on 2nd down and 2. And they give it to Denard up the middle. He puts his head down. He gets the 1st down, and that's about it. Out across the 30, maybe the 32-yard line. A gain of 4. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Thunderwolves. They lead at 7-0. 3:10 to go here in the first quarter.
1st down, Thunderbowl!
Well, I guess you just want to move the chains. Not a lot of imagination on that call. I think too much like PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. Go for it.
2nd and 2, just wing it.
And now this time Ribberich and Johnson will line up wide to the left this time. Ball is just inside the right hash mark. And they run play action. Pass to Boyd. He's got it across the 30. Oh, puts his head down and imposes his will on the defender that time. Gets it out to the 39-yard line. That has got to be uncomfortable when you're the safety for Black Hills State. And you've got to take on big number 88 for the Thunderwolves.
Zach Boyd might be a little dinged up on that. He's running off with his right shoulder hanging just a little bit. That's your lead shoulder, and he's like, yeah, I'm all right.
By administering the punishment, he comes up a little lame. So 2nd down and 3 for the Thunderwolves. Man, I got to get on the ball here. 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. Double wide out right. Slot to the left, and now movement on the left side. McCulley gets his money's worth. He false started, so he decided he might as well carry on through, and he really delivered some blows to the right defensive end that time.
You fire off like that all the time, you're going to move the ball. That's on Csu-Pueblo, though.
False start. Number 74 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Well, you go from 2nd and 3 to 2nd and 8.
Please report to the South End Zone.
Ball to 34-yard line.
He tried to sell it, though. Did he not?
Yes, he did. He got his money's worth out of it.
He tried to sell it.
Ribberich stays in the game. He'll line up wide to the right. And it'll be it might be Sammy Long, not to the left here this time. Up under center this time, it's Dowson. Eckhoff in motion, resets on the left side. They're going to fake the counter. Dow's going to roll right now, throwback screen left.
I love
caught.
the play.
Johnson needs to make one man miss, and he can't. Good play by the defender over on that side. And it was Sammy Long, not Johnson on that left side. Gains maybe a yard and has to like it here. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
That ball just took a half a second too long to get there because you got to give him a little bit of space to work. Nice play by the Black Hills defender, though, to break him down in open field, not let him take off. You got to beat one guy on that play. That's your job, is to beat one guy, and he didn't on that play.
Yeah, you make one man miss, you're still running perhaps. 3rd and 7 now for the Thunderbolts, leading at 7-0. Their lone touchdown on the pick 6 by Darius Williams. Now Washington switches side, lines up on the left side. Actually went in motion that way. Dowson sets in the pocket, fires down the middle of the field, just throws it up for grabs, high balling it and cutting it.
Eckhoff caught it.
You just throw it up for grabs and hope your tight end can high point it, and that's what he did. Aaron Eckhoff with an incredible grab in the middle of the field. It looked like Dowson just threw it up for grabs, but maybe he knew what he was doing. He got it to his big tight end and went up over everybody.
26 yards on that play.
All the way down to the 39-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
Into triple coverage. The safety, the linebacker, and the corner all came over. There were 3 guys from Black Hills around that ball, and Aaron Eckhoff caught it.
Cole Forsgren into the ballgame first time. He lines up wide right. He's going to take the pass across the 35. Nice cut across the 30. He's close to a first down. So Cole Forsgren, his first action of the game, makes his presence felt, picks up 11. It'll be 1st and 10 Thunderbolts. Got a great block out here on the edge by Josh Smith.
First down.
You know, they have a special, I'll tell the story if they run another play in this quarter. But Cole Forsgren is the holder, and they have a little special teams unit for Cole Forsgren.
You got time, go ahead.
Well, and they say he's second in the nation in holding for the award. There's no such award.
They're creating one for him.
Yes, but that's the beauty of the thing.
I love it. Okay, we've reached the end of the first quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 7-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbowl. 1st and 10 pack. 28-yard line of the Yellow Jackets, leading at 7-0. Up under center, it's Dowson. He's going to hand it off to Denard. Nice cut, gets across the 25, but hit down by some pursuit at the 24-yard line. Good jump cut there right at the line of scrimmage, got him 4.
But you'll take 4. You got to keep them honest with the run. And John Riston says they have to be patient with the run, and they weren't patient last week. He said the score, being down so much dictated it, but you have to be patient. You're hoping Csu-Pueblo might get a little help with Mesa, by Adams, their regional rival, but that's 49-7 right now.
That's not happening.
No.
Double wide out left, single wide out right. From the pistol this time. Little 3-step drop. Fire it left. Ball caught. Oh, nice cut there by Washington across the 15, down to the 10. O'Shea Washington made the defender look silly that time. Louis Bach tackled some air.
You talk about breaking ankles in the NBA. That's breaking ankles in college football.
Well, Thunder Zone, Red Zone, they're calling it now here. That's our new favorite spot, Joe.
Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House.
It's where we host the John Riston Show each and every Wednesday night, 6 o'clock. Come out and join us. Have some fun. Great menu. 1st and 10 Thunderbolts from the 11-yard line. They go with their power package this time. Single wide out to the right. Marche is the lone back. Dowson up under center. He's going to give it to Marche. Bounces it outside. Now cuts it back inside. Nice move across the 5. Powers his way to the goal line. Stretches across. Touchdown! Thunderwolves! You talk about your power package, Joe. That was it right there.
Well, and that's all Marche Denard right there. He had to make one cut back and then just power ran.
Now Marche on the year. That's his 10th touchdown of the year.
Extra point, Nick
Carter, 21 for 21 this year. Make it 22 for 22. 13:36 to go here in the second quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 14-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Powerful run by Marche Denard there, Joe.
You know what we saw in that series, Jim, was tight ends.
Yeah.
And we've been wondering about that. We've had calls about it. We've had texts about it. Zach Boyd with the great power move, and then he comes out of the game a little dinged up. Then he throws the 26-yard pass to Aaron Eckhoff. That sets up so many things. Csu-Pueblo does so many things with tight ends that other teams wish they could do, and then Marche with the great run.
Here's the kick. With the wind, gets a little more depth this time into the end zone, and they'll down it. As Harrison Belcher decides better of it. 2 yards deep in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line. That's where the Yellow Jackets will take over. Down in the game now, 14-0.
This is pin your ear back time if you're Csu-Pueblo. Now you can I don't want to say you can gamble, but you can play a little bit more loose. And we were mistaken. We thought Norris Shingolo had come back. He has now, but it was Trevor Filio in for him before.
Yeah, Nora is out there. He had a little trip to the locker room. Whatever they had, they've got him well, and he's back out there. He lines up on the right side in his outside linebacker position here from the shotgun. It's Hummel. Harris goes in motion. He's going to go out to the right side. They look right with the pass. This could be intercepted. It's up.
And it is.
Picked off by Taylor. He's in bounds. Across the 45, 40, up the sideline. 30, 25, cuts back inside across the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Thunderwolves!
Nope. Flag.
Flag is down now at the 16-yard line late.
Jim, that might have been the best return we've ever seen, but it's going to go for naught, and there's a penalty in the end zone, too. So what do you do about a celebration penalty if there's no celebration?
Here come the calls. Might be a sideline warning here, too.
It is a sideline warning.
That's a warning. Touchdown is good.
So the touchdown counts. What a grab by Emory Taylor. You could see it the whole way. He had great coverage. Skied for it, then stayed in bounds. That was the incredible part about it, Joe.
One of the best returns we've ever seen.
So Carter in to try the extra point. Ball's down. Kick is up. Ooh, he might have hooked that one. Did he sneak it in? Yes. 13:22 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead it 21-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Well, Joe, maybe last week we can call the defensive effort an aberration now after what they're doing today so far.
14 points in 14 seconds for Csu-Pueblo. And Emory Taylor, he's the other cornerback.
Right.
And we always talked about Darius Allen. He was a great one. Darius Williams being a shutdown corner, but he's played the slot a lot this year. Emory Taylor strictly a man-to-man corner.
Here's the kickoff return. Not much. They get it out across the 15 to about the 17-yard line before Belcher is drilled.
And we've seen teams pick on Emory Taylor.
Exactly.
Because he's not very big. He's good and he's technically sound, but we see teams try and go over the top with him because he's not very big.
Well, he read that beautifully. Remember that first drive, maybe it was the second drive today, where they tried to get over the top and made the great adjustment.
Yep.
Looked like he might have been beat on that play, but he got back to make it. That time he was there the whole way.
He looked like the intended receiver.
I just love the way he stuck the landing.
And then up
stayed in bounds. Yeah, amazing cuts back and forth. So now the Yellow Jackets down 21-0. They give it to Paris off the right side, cuts it back inside, puts his head down, gets out across the 20 to the 21-yard line, gain of 4, second down and 6. Not that bad a play, but wow, when you're looking at that scoreboard, you're down 21-0. Just how patient can you be running it for 4 yards here and there?
You can't give up totally on it. We've seen that happen, and it's not good because then Hummel's just in trouble.
Well, we all know all about it. Thunderwolves were in the same spot last week, down 21-0,
and abandoned the running game completely.
Trips to the left. Now the tight end.
Watch the throwback to the weak side.
And they give it to Paris on the read option. He gets out across the 20 to about the 23-yard line.
And Josh Croy said no.
Yeah, a little steer wrestling that time.
Yeah, he said no.
Got him up around the neck and just wrestled him to the ground. Had some help from Vandekoppel, but that was Croy, the muscle man there. 3rd third down now for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd and 4 from the 23-yard line. They trail at 21-0. 12:15 to go here in the second quarter. Hummel from the gun. Double wide out left, single wide out right. Play action. Looks left. Pump fake. Under pressure. Gets away. Now rolling to his left. Running for his life. Looking to chase down by Croy. Runs him out of bounds before the first down. That's pretty good speed by your defensive end right there.
Yeah, he didn't get to the chains because of the angle, because if he would have tried, he'd have got erased. Only up to the 24.
So it's 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets. Great pursuit that time. And you had to feel like for sure he'd be able to turn the corner, but Croy wasn't going to let him.
Back to accept the punt, number 18.
So it is Brandon O'Donnell back deep to receive the punt at the 35-yard line. Low snap at his handle. Rugby-style kick this time into the wind. Wind knocks it down. Hits at the 45. Takes a Black Hill State roll inside the 40 down to about the 39-yard line. So good field position here for the Thunderwolves. Already up in the ball game, 21-0. But the offense probably feels like, you know what, we need to join the party here. They do have one score today, but the defense has 2. But you know what? They're not going to.
No, right now they're going to take all that they can get.
Yes. Well, don't sweat the small stuff.
No,
like
right now, Jim, they're tickled pink. Get it? It's pink out there.
Pink out. 1st and 10, Thunderwolves. Ball on the left hash mark. Single wide out each side. Rivers is wide to the right. Guerra into the ball game. He goes in motion right side. Play action. Dowson rolls right. Here comes pressure, and he goes down. He's sacked way back at the 25-yard line. Rex decided not to try to get rid of it there and ate it for a big loss on the play all the way back to the 27-yard line.
Jim, you can't take a minus 12.
I say your decision making right there. You're outside the pocket. You can just throw it away out there in the flat somewhere. But you're worried about a turnover, I guess. But throw that thing into the bench.
Well, that's a bread and butter play of Csu-Pueblo. That little waggle to the tight end, and the tight ends have had company now on that play. Every time they've run it, they've had company.
Well, Guerra being into the ballgame, that tells you that Zach Boyd may be a little more hurt than we thought. We'll watch for him here.
I'm looking at his shoulder.
They run the draw play to Meach, and he goes down for about a yard loss, maybe 2 on the play.
He's on the sideline. He doesn't have his helmet. Well, he has his helmet. He's trying to raise his right shoulder is what he's trying to do.
Get the feeling back into it.
Well, and the thing is you're up 21. You got 3 tight ends. Morgan Smith's a stud. Aaron Eckhoff we've just seen is a stud. And Preston Guerra, I know Riston thinks his upside is tremendous.
Thunderwolves broke the huddle with 12 in the huddle here. That should have been a penalty, but they get away with it. Yep, they get away with it somehow. Here on 3rd down and 24. Straight drop back by Dowson. Looks left, fires left, and he has Rivers. He had to go down to his knees, makes the grab, but by going down to the turf, he doesn't have the ability to get the first down. If he catches that in stride, he might still be running across the middle of the field there.
Yeah, it makes it 4th and 9. That's how far back they were.
And again, if Rex is going to err, it seems like it's going to be low.
Well, and that's okay.
You don't want to throw a pick.
It's like a pitcher. If you're going to miss low.
Yeah.
You miss up, you get a hit out of the ballpark.
Put it up, punt it away. It's a punt away high, booming spiral.
Beautiful kick.
Inside the 15, taken at the 11-yard line.
He's running backwards.
And he goes down at about the 9-yard line. Not a good decision there by Belcher.
It looked like Sebastian Spencer on the defense.
Harrison Belcher on the year. 7 returns, averages 10 yards a return, but that one went -1. So it'll be at the 10-yard line where Black Hill State will take over, trailing at 21-0. 9:29 to go here in the first half. Jim Brooks along with the Chieftains Joe Cervi. Caitlin Norton's our producer and engineer today at Thunderwolves Football on Fox Sports Pueblo. We also welcome our audience on the Stretch Internet feed. Hello, Spearfish. We love it up there at Spearfish in Rapid City. Great area to be.
It's a fun road trip for us because we know we got to go up there every year, and we don't sweat it like we used to western New Mexico.
Oh, my goodness. And
there were 2 guys in motion right there, and yet they just let it go.
They hand it off to Paris. That was a high snap that somehow Hummel stabbed it with his right hand and then able to get it to Paris for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Well, Paris on the year, he averages 4.8 yards a carry, and that's pretty much been it today. He's getting those 4-yard gains. You know, Woody Hayes and Bo Schembechler would like 4 yards a game. They did that back in the early 70s, Joe. And
well, you get 3 of those. What do you got?
You got a first down. And again, it's Paris off the right side, cuts it back inside. This time, only about a yard. He just got stood up that time.
You know, I sometimes wonder if they're counting all of the tackles that Brandon Payer makes, because he always has
he's always in there with a hand on somebody.
Yeah, I mean, even assisted tackles, but right there, they turned the ball. They did a great job of the outside, turning Paris back into the help. Well, you turned him right back into Brandon Payer, and that's a mistake.
3rd and 4 now for the Yellow Jackets from their own 16. Trips to the right, single wide out left from the gun. Hull takes the snap, straight drop back. Here comes pressure, gets the pass away, broken up.
That's great defense by Jamal Sears.
Trying to get it to Adamson on the crosser. Sears broke it up. Now we've got a stoppage here. I don't see a flag anywhere, but the officials want a confab here.
Somebody call a timeout?
Officials
the ball would have stopped anyway.
Officials all going to gather now here in the middle of the field.
That's usually a clock problem, don't you think?
I would think so. We're going to find out here.
Clock operator, please reset the clock to 8:16. 8:16.
When the pass fell incomplete, Joe, the clock ran. Okay.
Anytime you don't see a flag but you see a conference, it's usually clock issues.
So now the field is vacant for a little bit here. Ready for play. They reset the play clock. Now the Thunderbolts come out on the field. Ribbert's back to receive this punt. He stands at his own 45. Eden's had mixed success punting the football today, and this is the tough end to kick it to. Wind's coming out of the southeast today. And Ribbert's not giving him much respect. He's only about 40 yards deep here. Less than 40 yards. Low snap. He fields the grounder. Gets the punt away. It's a low kick. Chance here for Ribbert. Takes it at the 48. Nice cut across the 50. Cuts outside. Gets a block. 45. Gets another block. 40. 35. 30. 25. He's hit from behind down at about the 21-yard line, but a great return by Kevin Ribberich. Boy, he set that up beautifully.
Now, we'll let people in on a little secret. We were down on the field before the game, and we kind of heard some chatter that they had some things planned. They thought that they were going to get some pretty good returns today just by the way the coach said, now remember, you got to do this on this. And right there, Kevin Ribberich took one step to the right and then bolted back to the left, and that wall was set up for 30 yards.
So Thunderwolves, great field position again, already leading it 21-0. They take over at the 20. Well, it looks like the 21-yard line where they're going to set up shop here. From the gun, and bobbling the snap. Dowson fires over the middle, and it's almost picked off. Dowson bobbled the snap, then came up with it, tried to fire it over the middle. Looked like he had Johnson and Washington streaking across the middle right next to each other.
Jim, they were in the same pattern, and
they were both wide open.
Yeah, I'm not sure that was a good play all the way around. Plus, maybe that's what Rex saw. He got so excited. He's like, hey, wait a minute. I got two guys wide open.
Well, he could have just kind of floated. Could have put a little air under it that time. He tried to zip it in there and zipped it right into alignment.
Yeah, but you know how hard he throws.
That's true. Now, timeout taken by the Thunderwolves. They don't like the play call they have. 7:58 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 21-0. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Timeout of the half.
Well, welcome back to the Thunderbolts. Joe, we were having a lot of fun early in the ballgame listening to the voice of Grand Valley State call their ballgame on their radio feed, and they seem to be having their way. Well, Ferris State came from behind and beat them.
I saw
28-27.
You know, I saw they tied it up, and I thought, oh my. And it was at Ferris, correct?
Right. So Ferris State, the number 8th ranked team in the country, defeats number 4, Grand Valley today. The Lakers go down. Up under center, it's Dowson here. Ball in the left hash mark. Single wide out each side. Denard the lone back. They draw him offside. They don't throw the flag, though. Denard off the right side. Stays on his feet. Inside the 10. 5. Touchdown! Marche Denard! Broke tackle, stayed on his feet, and gets it on into the end zone. Incredible 21-yard touchdown run.
That was just a ho-hum, off-gap power play that he turned into a 21-yard touchdown run.
Well, he did a little spin move, a little pirouette after the first tackle, and then it was all she wrote.
Extra point attempt.
They try the extra point. Good snap. Ball's down. They had a chance to block that one. They get the kick away, though, and it is good. 7:52 to go here in the first half. Return to normalcy for the Thunderbolts. They lead at 28-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, watching the replay again, Joe, Marche Denard, he just absorbed the blow there in the hole. The defender made the mistake of just going there with the shoulder, didn't wrap up, and Marche just bounced right off and took it on into the end zone.
We watched him warm up without pads, and he's got speed. He's got speed skating, like ice skaters' thighs.
Put together, you're telling me.
Yeah.
Kickoff sails to the 2. Back up the right sideline, across the 15 out to about the 18-yard line, but it breaks down in a hurry for Sam Garcia.
You know, like I told you, Marche Denard returned to the CSU Pueblo program with muscles and dreadlocks.
And still, dude, this just seems like a great guy. Kind of just happy-go-lucky. We loved his family that first year. They traveled all over seemed like all over the country. Wherever we were at, they had a big gang out there watching him. Particularly when we go down into Mexico, because he's from the Phoenix area. First and 10 here for Black Hill State from their own 19-yard line. They trail it 28-0. Hummel, straight drop back, fakes the draw play, now tries to roll left. He's under heavy pressure, gets the pass away and sails it onto the track, almost into the stands across the way.
Jim, you know how strong an arm that is to throw it, how far he did?
Rolling to his left.
Yes, rolling the wrong way, turned the wrong way. But that's a quarterback who knows to get rid of it and not take a sack right there.
Well, it's 2nd down and 10 now for the Yellow Jackets. Thunderbolts lead at 28-0. 7:40 to go here in the second quarter. Now we've got a flag, false start on the Yellow Jackets.
False start. Number 76 on the offense. 5-yard. Still 2nd down.
Joseph Moraga, the redshirt freshman out of Merced, California, the guilty party. Second down now. And 15 to go. Play action. Zip it over.
Oh, look at
intercepted! Is it that man again, Joe?
Is it Darius Williams? Did he get another one? He got another one!
He is incredible.
The certified Wheeze. You don't go to Wheezeland. I saw a tweet from Kieran Duncan that said, when are they going to know not to go to Wheezeland?
Man, oh man, he jumped the route and picked it off right in the middle of the field. And like you said, Joe, he's covering that slot guy.
You know, usually
he's so physical.
Well, usually he's a lockdown corner, but he's been now. They put him on the most. He's a little winded. Whoa, we got us a visitor, and it's a Yellow Jacket. It was coming
right into the booth.
It was coming for some
payback,
some refuge. Great field position now, just at the 20. That's Gunnar Lampier, Jim.
And it is Gunnar into the ball game, getting some time here. From the gun, gives it to, he's going to keep it around the 20, and he hit down hard there. Tried to make the cut to the outside. Looked like the Yellow Jackets were schooled in that one.
But you know what that was, Tim? That was a high school freshman or a high school senior quarterback trying to run that play in college.
And
it's got to be a lot faster.
And Louis Bach said, I got you right here.
That's got to be a lot faster.
So it's 2nd down and 10.
And I'm sure this is just to give him a taste. Because I'm looking down at the field and I don't see Rex. I know he's not hurt.
So this time from the pistol. Double wide out each side. Rivers is to the left. It's like Washington to the right. And they give it up the middle to Denard. Tries to bounce it outside. Cuts inside the 20. Inside the 15. Puts his head down. Blasted to the turf there. Pretty good hit along the sideline by Chris James. Right a yard short of the first down. Going to mark it at the 11.
You know, and Chris James gets up like he just trucked Marche, but it was the other way around.
3rd down and about 1. But the pack is back.
You can celebrate all you want, but you're down 28.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate of the me generation is celebrating when you're down that many. After the guy just gained 9 on you.
Right. And probably delivered more of the punishment than you did.
3rd and 1, again from the pistol. Lamphere takes the snap, gives it to Marche up the middle. He's got the first down and more.
Did you
and he
see
powers
that
his way inside. Still the leg drive inside the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Man, did he blast in there. Then he got hit at about the 8, but he wasn't satisfied. He carries it all the way down to the 4.
He kind of took offense to when I called him a finesse runner earlier this season, and I think we've put that one to rest. I think he's put it to rest.
Yeah, there's no finesse about this guy anymore.
Not at all.
So it's 1st and goal, Thunderwolves at the 4-yard line.
And you know, I didn't mean it as a bad thing.
It's almost like a compliment.
Right.
You're pretty shaky.
Yeah,
You're
shifty
out there.
And you got some... No. I never thought of myself as a finesse runner. Well, you're a power runner, Marche, period. Get another one.
1st and goal from the 4, up under center this time. Lamphere gives it to Marche up the right side. They blast in there this time. They just blew that play up on the right side of the Thunderwolves line.
Jim, Gunnar Lamphere had trouble with the snap that time. Threw the timing off just a step, but give Black Hills State credit. That whole left side of the defense just blew that up.
Loss of 3 back to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal. O'Malley comes out of the ball game. Johnson came out for a moment. Now he goes back in.
You know, Darius Williams has 6 interceptions this season, 3 for touchdown.
Thunderbolts a lot of different personnel confusion here as Guerra came out, went back in, now he's coming back out again. Johnson coming out. We're down to 6 on the play clock, and indeed they will call timeout here. So timeout on the field, 5:05, make it 5:04, 5:03, 5:02,
well, John's trying to tell the official, I want timeout, but
4 seconds went off the clock.
Csu-Pueblo, 2nd of the half.
We'll see if they reset it. 28-0, Thunderwolves on top on Fox Sports Pueblo. And they haven't reset the clock. An extra 4 seconds went off the clock there, but nobody seems to know or care. So 5:01 to go here now in the second quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 28-0.
You know, if it's not 28-0, they care.
Yeah, exactly. 2nd and goal now for the Thunderwolves from the 7-yard line. Ball's right in the middle of the field. They're going to go to the pistol again. Get the feeling Lamphere, he operates better out of that pistol.
Yeah, under center's a little bit skittish.
2 wide outs to the right. Denard the lone back. And they fake it to Denard.
Oh, Lamphere rolls wide open.
Pass to the flat, caught. Touchdown, Thunderwolves.
This is looking great.
Aaron Eckhoff just leaking out into the flat. And Aaron has had a big game here.
We love Aaron Eckhoff. He comes to the John Riston show now.
It's a good spot to be.
It is.
Put your feed bag on. That's a little too classy a joint to put your feed bag on, Joe. That's kind of nice. You know, you get that stuff that you order, you like.
Don't make fun of my Caprese.
The Caprese, I mean, that's fancy. That's
very good stuff.
Good. I'm just saying it's not a feed bag type food.
No, it's very
good. It's gourmet.
It's highbrow. You know, it was so garlicky last week. It was too garlicky.
I had that chicken sausage thunder dog.
Yeah,
you talk about
oh my,
it's getting after it. Here's the ball down. Kick is up, and it is good. 4:56 to go here in the first half. Thunderwolves lead at 35-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo. Well, Joe, John Riston likes to talk about his team playing fast, and that last play on offense is kind of what he's talking about there. Eckhoff sprinted to the flat for a tight end to get out there that quick, and just the whole play action scenario, and Lamphere executed it beautifully. It has worked out.
You know, I don't want to say it's his coming out party, because we've seen Aaron Eckhoff make catches before, but he's got great hands.
Yeah.
He really does, and he's a big, thick tight end. He's not as tall as a Zach Boyd or a Morgan Smith, but he's as athletic, and he's developing into a very, very powerful weapon.
Here's the kick. Going to sail into the end zone, and they're going to come out with it. Oh, that was a mistake. Across the 5, 10, and about the 12-yard line. They wanted him to stop. The up man said, you stay there, and he came on out to the goal line. He knew he'd gone a little too far, and he said, well, I got to run it now.
Riston likes that. Little kickoff kid picking up the tee.
Sure who that is. We'll see if we can find out.
It's Welty. It's Haley Welty.
Doing a great job out there. Getting a workout today.
Yeah. They when it's 10-0, you get one trip. Maybe 2 because you get a half kick. She's winded.
Yeah, she should be 5 trips today.
And the opening. No, they didn't do the opening kick.
So get that. So she's guaranteed another one.
Yeah.
So the Yellow Jackets take over at their own 13-yard line. The umpire runs in to make sure they stop here because they're getting a substitute in. Now we're ready to go. And they hand the ball to Paris off the left side. Here comes the pursuit, and he goes down for a loss of 2 all the way back to the 11-yard line. Like he was running in mud that time on that left side, just nothing opening up, and then the backside pursuit for the Thunderbolts came in there and punished him.
Jim, this is the most fun time on the planet if you play defense for Csu-Pueblo. Because you can take a few chances, you can play a lot faster, because you don't have to play with any fear.
So it's 2nd down and 12 now for the Yellow Jackets. They came in here with high hopes. Didn't dash so far. Straight drop back, look over the middle, and zips it incomplete, and then there's an extra shot there at the end by the Thunderbolts. They got away with it.
That was just Rosenbrock saying, don't come across the middle.
Thought it might have been the old, they legislated that hit on a defenseless receiver into the game.
Yeah, that was just don't come across the middle.
So it's 3rd and 12 now for the Yellow Jackets. Double wide out to each side. Straight drop back. Pass down the middle of the field, incomplete.
Tanner Draper he was the closest one in the pattern, and he plays safety for Csu-Pueblo.
It'll be 4th down now for the Yellow Jackets.
I guarantee you just how John Riston felt last week with putting his head down and no answers, had no idea that was going to happen. John Reiners had the same exact feeling coming into this game and is feeling that exact same thing right now.
O'Donnell this time stands at midfield to receive this punt. From Jesse Edens, good snap, rugby-style kick. Low end-over-end job.
Oh,
at the
stay
40.
away now. Oh, no.
O'Donnell picks it up and goes down. Saves the field position by fielding the one hopper. But it'll be at the 49-yard line where the Thunderbolts again taking over in plus territory. They're going to mark it right at midfield.
That's just easy scorekeeping to put it at midfield.
3:54 to go here in the first half. Thunderbolts lead at 35-0.
Looking to see who comes out. It's still Gunnar Lampier. Michi's back at tailback. I'm guessing Zach Boyd's done for the day. I'm guessing that Rex Dowson might be done for the day. We may see Jevin Jordan at tailback. Maybe get some offensive linemen some work.
And again, Lampier from the pistol. Handles the snap, gives it up the middle, and going nowhere is Michi. You're going to lose a yard. Back to the 49-yard line.
This is the starting offensive line still.
Now, the thing to remember at Lampier, he's a little bit better runner than Dowson. He can take that ball and on the read option get it outside.
Well, he doesn't know any better yet. He's a true freshman. He's like, I'll just keep it. Wham!
He's got that big grin, too. You look at his picture on the media page.
Yeah,
he looks young.
He's out of Grandview High School, good friends of the family.
Guerra in motion, resets on the right side of the formation. Pass to the right side, ball caught, and O'Shea going to go nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard. We'll see where they set it down. Looks like they're going to put it at the 48-yard line. Yeah, now they're hawing around back to the 49, so no gain.
3 minutes to go in the half. You're up 35-0. You got some backups in there. You don't want to get too crazy. But if I were coaching, I'd show everything in my playbook just to give somebody something to scout.
So it's 3rd and 11 now for the Thunderbolts. 2:40 to go here in the first half. They lead at 35-0. Juan Johnson wide to the right. Smith and Washington come left from the pistol. It's Lampier. He has Michi with him. Now Washington goes in motion to the right side of the formation. Lampier takes the snap, trying to set up the middle screen. Now he comes back left, and he's under pressure, and he'll be sacked back at the 44-yard line.
That's a great job by Black Hills. They read that the entire way.
Yeah, Thunderbolts are trying to...
Jared Tiefenfaller, he just stopped because he went through the line so freely. He knew it was going to be a screen. He just stopped.
Then Lamphere came back to his second check down, and it was covered up, so then he just did the wise thing and just looked for cover.
You know,
the foxhole.
And this does burn some clock. Feel a little bit sorry for CSU or for Central Girls. They are not faring well in the state championship game, but they made it to the state championship game.
Here's the punt, end-over-end job taken. And nice move there to get across the 15, and then pursuit comes and taking him down.
Number 20,
it's Harrison Belcher, Eric Harrison Belcher, the senior out of Gilbert, Arizona. Made some nice moves, but just couldn't do anything with it.
Well, Dylan Albrandt,
he flies around, doesn't he?
He's the outside linebacker from right up the street here in Canyon City, where I think Dylan Albrandt's got a great future. You know, if he grows into that body and he's got that speed to play outside linebacker, he's got a great future for this team.
Ball at the 16-yard line here for the Yellow Jackets, trailing at 35-0, trying to get something positive going here in this first half to take it into the locker room.
You know, looking to see if Darius Williams is out there, and I don't see him, Jim.
Play action. Here comes pressure. They set up the middle screen. They get it to Paris. He's across the 15, 20, up close to the 25-yard line.
Wait, number 34.
That's the kind of action the Thunderbolts were looking for on their last play, but
34.
This time it works a little bit better for Black Hills State on the middle screen. But the Thunderbolts, they're covering all that real estate behind him here, being with the score being the way it is.
Second down.
They'll gladly give up 8 yards here with 1:34 to go in the first half. Trips to the right. Single wide out left from the gun. Hummel fakes it to Paris. Looks up the right sideline. Again, a chance for an interception is picked off.
He got his second one.
And again, Emory Taylor reading it beautifully that time. He looked like the man on the pattern.
Yeah, and that's the second time he's played he couldn't have thrown it any better to him.
Great ball skills that time. Stayed with it, put it away. The only good news for Black Hills State, they were better off tackling him this time. But now the Thunderbolts with a chance with 1:27 to go with good field position from their own 41.
They got 6 turnovers last week, or 7?
7.
7 turnovers last week. Right now they've given up 4 picks.
Yeah, they're plus minus not too good this week.
2 for pick sixes.
Rivers wide to the right, Washington in the slot to the right, Johnson to the left here, up under center. Lamphere gives it to Michi. Bounces through there across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line. Picks up 7, second down and 3. Thunderbolts will go hurry up here.
This patented Austin Michi run right there. Just straight through, no counter, nobody pulling, just go.
They come right up to the line of scrimmage from the pistol. Lamphere takes the snap, looks left, fires over the middle, caught, first down to Eckhoff. He's inside the 45 to about the 44-yard line, then taken down. Clock will stop as they move the chains here with 58 seconds to go in the half.
Jim, it took 4 players to bring Aaron Eckhoff down on that play. That's how thick he is.
Now they wind the clock. Thunderbolts will set up at the 43-yard line where they gave him forward progress.
And we found out his aunt lives here, that she was the one who recruited him.
Trips to the right. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
Look over the middle. Fire over the middle and a low pass. That time Lamphere, he couldn't step into it. And when you can't step into it, you just end up throwing it short. He's trying to get O'Shea Washington.
Kind of back-footed it. You know, quarterbacks are off their back foot all the time. That's the most overrated reason for somebody not throwing a good pass. They say, well, he threw it off his back. Well, yeah, happens a lot more than you've ever seen. But that time he just, his whole footing was wrong.
Well, there's throwing off your back foot and then throwing off your back foot when you don't want to. I guess when you're under pressure when you're doing it, it's kind of you just don't, your mind doesn't click. 2nd and 10. Double wide out right, single wide out left from the gun. Or pistol, actually, this time. Lamphere. Straight drop back, looks left, goes up the sideline. He's got Johnson open, and he's got the first down inside the 30. What a nice delivery.
What a nice pattern, too.
Flag is down, though, back here at the 43-yard line. Could be a hold on the Thunderbolts. We'll see here.
Brady one, Amon Johnson.
You know, sometimes we always wonder about visiting teams or down teams at the half. They're down 35. You wonder if Csu-Pueblo wants to get to the locker room, too. You know, relax, get it out, just kind of regroup a little bit.
Thunderbolts are backing up here. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Shot block. Number 64 and number 65 on the offense. That's a 15-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
So the law firm of Feenstrom and Nathy.
The center guard combination must have high-load somebody.
Well, actually, saw Neta come up a little lame on the play.
Well, he's been gimpy all season. These offensive linemen, they're in a train wreck every play. So to get through an entire season or game healthy is tough.
So it's 2nd and 25 now for the Thunderbolts from their own 42-yard line with 40 seconds to go here in the first half. That negates what was one of the best passes of the year. That was zipped in there beautifully to Johnson up that left sideline by Lamphere.
Now you just run the ball and call it good.
Under center this time.
Or you throw
Screen
it.
pass right side to Washington. Puts his head down. Oh, he pitches it late. It's handled by Rivers, and then he is swallowed alive back at the 44-yard line. Washington trying to make something happen there. Pitched it at the very end. And that almost led to disaster.
I'm guessing that was by design.
Almost looked like a hook and lateral.
I'm guessing that was by design. I don't know that for a fact, but it sure looked like he was in the position to take a pitch. But you can't do it while you're spinning around.
And Ripperts had Genoway coming right after him. Thunderbolts don't stop the clock. They're just going to let time run out, and indeed it does. That ends the first half. It was a good one for the Pack. They lead it 35-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts lead at 35-0 at halftime. Here's how we got there. Darius Williams opened the scoring for the Thunderbolts with a 35-yard interception return. Mitchell Carter's extra point was good, made it 7-0 Pack with 7:44 to go in the first quarter. We would end the first quarter that way. Then the Thunderbolts got a 11-yard run from Marche Denard, capping off a 10-play, 80-yard touchdown drive. The extra point was good. 13:36 to go in the second quarter. It was 14-0 Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts defense then struck again. This time it was Emery Taylor with a 46-yard interception return. Mitchell Carter's extra point was good. 14 seconds later, with 13:22 to go in the first half, it was 21-0 Thunderbolts. Then they took advantage of another short field, this time after a great punt return. Marche Denard would go in from 21 yards out. The extra point by Carter was good. That made it 28-0. And then Aaron Eckhoff would cap off the scoring, hauling in a 7-yard touchdown pass from Gunnar Lamphere. The extra point was good. 35-0. Thunderbolts lead it here at halftime. Back with more right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Thunderbolts marching band continues to entertain all here at halftime. It's a happy crowd as the Thunderbolts lead at 35-0 at the break. Let's give you the first half numbers. Thunderbolts with 10 first downs. Black Hills State with only 2. Thunderbolts 85 on the ground, 92 through the air, 177 yards in total offense on 37 plays from scrimmage. Black Hills State 29 on the run, 20 through the air, 49 yards total offense on 27 plays from scrimmage. Big key stat in the first half, 4 turnovers by Black Hills State. Thunderbolts did not turn the ball over. Thunderbolts penalized 3 times, 35 yards. Black Hills State 2 for 9. Time of possession, Thunderbolts 19:04. Black Hills State 10:56. Thunderbolts were 3 of 7 on third down. Black Hills State only 1 of 7. Thunderbolts 2 for 2 in the red zone. Black Hills State did not convert, did not make it to the red zone. Individual numbers, Denard 12 carries for 77 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michi 4 for 10. Dowson 2 for 3. Lamphere 2 for a -5. Harris 10 carries for 37 yards. Hummel 2 for -8. Dowson 8 of 13, 76 yards. Was sacked once. Lamphere 3 of 4, 16 yards and the touchdown. He was also sacked once. Washington 4 grabs for 8. Eckhoff 3 for 42 and the touchdown. Rivers 1 for 13. Forsgren 1 for 11. Belcher 2 for 3. Adamson 1 for 10. Paris 1 for 7 for Black Hills State. Defensive numbers. Rosenbrock led the way with 5 tackles. Croy with 4. Donnell and Riston with 3 apiece. Gernavi with 4. Goddard with 7. Gernavi had 8. Goddard was 7. Souter was 6. Bach with 4 for Black Hills State. Halftime score, Thunderbolts lead at 35-0. Back with the scoreboard right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
welcome back to the Neta and Eddie DeRose Thunderbowl. Thunderbolts lead at 35-0 at halftime. Let's get you caught up on scores from around the country. A couple finals from the RMAC. Mines defeats Dixie State. A good one today up in Golden. 19-17 was the final there. We'll be down in St. George, Utah in a couple weeks. We take on Dixie State. Western New Mexico in a non-conference game today. Well, they were on top of the world last week, but Fort Lewis loses today. Western New Mexico defeats them down today in Silver City 20-17. That's one of those head scratchers right there. How did that happen? How did it happen? Mesa leads late fourth quarter now over Adams State. 56-7 is the final there. No report yet from Highlands, Western State, or Mines, Chadron State. I'll dig a little deeper on that. Big game of the day today in Division II football. The fourth-ranked team in the country defeated Ferris State. Number 8 defeats number 4 Grand Valley State 28-27. The number 1 ranked team in the country, Northwest Missouri, they lead at halftime 19-0. Number 2, IUP is a winner. Number 3, Minnesota State, they won on Thursday night. Number 5, Ashland a winner. Number 6, Shepherd a winner today. Number 7, Midwestern State, they take on West Texas A&M. Hunter Hughes and the boys tonight. It'll be 6 o'clock local time kickoff here. Number 9, Fort Hays defeats Missouri Western 38-10. A&M Commerce will host Angelo State later on this evening. Another night game. Number 11, Indianapolis travels to Lincoln, Missouri. Halftime score, number 12, Winona State leads Wayne State 26-13. That's one of those games to keep an eye on for the region that the Thunderwolves are in. Number 13, West Alabama is losing right now to Florida Tech in the fourth quarter, 34-14. Number 14, Central Washington, another team to watch for Thunderwolves fans. They host North Alabama later tonight. Central Washington undefeated on the year. Number 15, Sioux Falls leads Concordia 27 that's a final. Sioux Falls has defeated Concordia 27-9. It's a final. Number 16, Assumption defeats New Haven 41-6. Number 17, Delta State in action later tonight. Number 18, Wingate defeats Mars Hills 42-21. Number 19, Slippery Rock, they lose today to Edinburgh 49-39. Number 20, Central Missouri over Washburn 62-42. Number 21, Virginia State defeats Lincoln, Pennsylvania 73-21. We mentioned the Mesa score earlier on top of Adams, 56-7. Number 24, West Georgia. They play later this afternoon. Actually, the game is underway. Just no report yet against Mississippi College. And number 25, another team to watch for the Thunderwolves in the same region, Humboldt State. They play host to Western Oregon later on this evening. On the big boys side of the house, halftime, Alabama leads Tennessee 21-0. Number 2, Penn State hosts number 19, Michigan later tonight. Number 3, Georgia's Idle. Number 4, K-State, they take on TCU later tonight. Number 5, Wisconsin defeats Maryland 38-13. Number 6, Ohio State Idle, as is number 7, Clemson. Number 8, Miami of Florida leads Syracuse 13-3 at halftime. Number 9, Oklahoma down early second quarter to Kansas State 14-7. It's a final. Number 10, Oklahoma State squeezes one out in overtime. They defeat Texas 13-10. Number 11, USC at number 13, Notre Dame. That's the game of the night this evening. Number 12, Washington Idle. Number 14, North Carolina. It's number 4, Virginia Tech. They lead North Carolina 35-0 at halftime. Number 15, Washington State takes on Colorado later this evening. Number 16, South Florida against Tulane later this evening. North Carolina State is Idle. Number 18, Michigan State tied with Indiana at halftime, 3 apiece. Number 20, Central Florida leads Navy 21-14 in the third quarter. Number 21, Auburn and Arkansas later tonight. Number 22, Stanford is Idle. Number 23, West Virginia, they take on Baylor later this evening in Waco. Number 24, LSU, same thing later tonight against Ole Miss. And number 25, Memphis defeated Houston on Thursday night 42-38. We do have those other RMAC scores in. It's a final. Chadron State defeats South Dakota Mines 29-17. And Western State leads Highlands, looking for their first win of the year, isn't it, for Western State? I think they're 0-7. They lead Highlands, who is 2-5 overall, 26-16. That is in the third quarter. Mesa's added another touchdown. They lead 63-7 over Adams State. Back with our second half right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
5-0. Thunderwolves on top.
Please give a Thunderbowl welcome.
They lead Black Hills State.
Who recently joined the
Chance at halftime to catch up with a few people that are sending us messages as we call the ball game today. Aunt Malia is very excited. Tears of joy, she said here. Halftime after Aaron Eckhoff caught his touchdown pass. Also had another grab there in that first half. A beauty down the middle.
Well, I don't know if she knows football talent or just family talent, but if she knows football talent, bring in some more recruits like Aaron. He's having a great half and developing into quite the nice football player.
Well, we want to see her again out at the show. And bring 10 of your closest friends.
Well, it's always fun. Well, I'll tell you what,
not that we're on commission or anything.
But we did the show last week following a loss, and it's never fun following a loss. But John was really good, and his mother, Marvel, was in the audience last week, and I said, was it that bad a week that your mom had to come to the radio show? Because it was a little scary.
Thunderwolves to kick it off here to start the second half. So we'll see what adjustments Black Hills State made on offense as they're down in this ball game big time.
From Security Service Investment Group.
Here's the kick. The sail to the goal line. Going to be handled though this time. Here's Garcia across the field. Oh, and he is blasted backward by Rosenbrock. Oh, my goodness. Talk about running into a brick wall, a moving wall. That's getting trucked, Joe, I guess you'd say.
That's my favorite word now because it's so appropriate.
Yeah, because you can picture a truck hitting somebody.
You don't want to, of course. That's
bad.
But, yeah, he got trucked. And I'm just looking right now at the makeup of the defense. These are the starters. You know, they didn't play well last week.
Hey, Joe, they want to eat.
Yeah, they didn't play well last week. They want to get after it.
They're hungry. So Hummel from the gun. He's going to give it to Paris off the left side. Breaks one tackle. Bounces forward out to about the 19-yard line. He'll pick up 4. It'll be second. 34. We said it a lot today. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Jim, they had 49 yards of total offense in the first half, Black Hill State. 29 yards on the ground, 20 passing is all. I see Zach Boyd on the sidelines without shoulder pads and his helmet. He's done for the day.
Remember, he had that big-time shot he put on the defender, but in doing so, he hurt his shoulder on the play. Second down and 6 here for the Yellow Jackets. There's a bad snap, but it bounces right now. Still loose on the deck. They dive for it. It's loose at the 15-yard line. Thunderbolts are all pointing their direction. We'll see.
Black Hills didn't even put up a fight, Jim.
And it is Thunderbolts football.
They didn't even put up a fight to go get that ball. Hummel did.
Brandon Bayer on the recovery for the Thunderbolts. Nobody wanted to take Brandon Bayer on at the bottom of that stack.
Would you?
No. It's good to answer your own question from time to time. Well, the snap was low, and then he seemed like he got control of it for a moment, but then when he tried to hand it off, it all just self-destructed there.
Rex back in at quarterback. Got a text that said Rex was the guy on the last drive of Csu-Pueblo. We thought it was Gunner. And Marche's still in.
Ball at the 15-yard line here for the Thunderwolves. Straight drop back, look over the middle, and the ball is up in the air and almost intercepted. Trying to get it to Eckhoff, but he wasn't quite ready for it. The ball hit him right in the middle of the shoulder pads, right underneath his chin.
Here we sing his praises. He takes one off the face.
Products and services. Check out Security Service Federal Credit Union with My Branch Mobile. You can check houses.
I'm looking at the scoreboard, and I'm putting the replay. I'll watch it on live action. It was about 30 seconds. Yeah, he just turned and wasn't ready for it.
That ball gets there quick when Rex is throwing. He throws that ball really, really fast.
Eckhoff in motion to the left side, resets. Dowson up under center, gives it to Marche out the left side. Big block, across the 10, across the 5, touchdown! Thunderwolves!
That didn't take long.
Just gashed him on the left side that time. Easy money for Marche Denard.
Marche Denard.
Point after number 29 is Carter.
So Carter in to try to add to his extra point run this year. Ball's down, kick is up, and it is good.
He's up and good.
14:02 to go here in the third quarter. Thunderbolts lead it 42-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
CSU Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Well, Mitchell Carter continuing that run, kicking extra points, 42 of 42 on the year. He's 7 for 7 kicking field goals.
Jim, that was a great run by Marche Denardi, and you know what he did? He went off of Ty McCulley's backside.
Here's the kick and a sail to the 4-yard line. Across the 10, 15, 20, breaks one tackle, and then taken down. And special teams for the Thunderwolves that time looked like Miles Matthews on the coverage.
Yep, there. Good special teamer.
He's a junior college transfer out of Woodridge Township, New Jersey.
How many New Jersey guys play at CSU Pueblo?
I don't remember any other ones.
Yeah, no?
Your local farmers agent can help you prepare to be prepared at 888.
So Black Hill State down 42-0 from their own 20-yard line.
You know how many Division II schools are between here and New Jersey?
Quite a few.
All of them.
Exactly. And they handed up the middle to Paris, and he... Joe, guess how many he gained?
4.
4 yards, second down and 6.
I think John Reiners is just trying to shorten the game a little bit. I mean, you can't totally abandon the run, but Deion Sizer, we haven't mentioned his name tonight because he really hasn't made quote-unquote the tackles, but he's taking on 2 guys every play at the nose and just blowing that up.
Yeah, occupying space and bodies. Pass left side caught out around the 30. It's going to be close to the first down. Just a quick little hitch pattern there on the left side. Run up the hash and turn.
And as soon as I say that, Deion Sizer was in Hummels' face.
It's going to be a yard short. It's going to be third down and a yard now for the Yellow Jackets. 42-0. Thunderbolts on top. 13:05 to play here in the third quarter.
They got 4 linebackers in now, Jim. Kind of the Filio and Shangalo on the edges. 4 linebackers.
They're all up in the box here. Now they bring a man in motion, fake the jet sweep, give it to Paris up the middle. He's hit and falls forward. He's got the first down as he comes across the 30-yard line for the first down.
4 to 5 down Paris, the ball carrier.
Like Sizer and Croy had him, but couldn't stop him short of that first down. So first and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. We'll call it the 31-yard line. Well, actually the 30. The back half of the ball is on the 30. So first and 10 from the 30. Again from the pistol this time. It's Hummel. Gives it up the middle of Paris, and he gets about a yard.
But he didn't get 4 that time.
There's a little pushing and shoving out here on the edge. Emery Taylor going at it with Bradley Adamson.
And it's like, why? But
Taylor has 2 picks today.
Yeah, and Emery's got to be... You got to have that juice at corner. You do. You have to. I didn't like it at first. It's not my favorite thing. But you have to have that mentality if you're going to play cornerback. You just do.
And he gets right up in Adamson's grill here. Press coverage to the bottom. Bring a man in motion, read option, roll the pocket right. Pass caught in the flat by the big tight end out across the 30 to the 35-yard line. That's Zane Lindsay. His doesn't catch a lot of balls this year. That's only his 3rd catch of the year for Zane Lindsay.
Whenever there's a skirmish, Don Eliomidi asks, was it my guys? And he's the defensive backs coach. So if the coach is asking, there's a pretty good chance that's your guys.
There's a fine line. You got to play right on the edge. You just can't go over the edge.
Well, and that was the best was the West Georgia playoff game a few years ago.
Oh, my goodness.
They were, John, 2 hours before the game started.
3rd and 6 now for the Yellow Jackets. 3rd and 5 make it from the 35-yard line. Straight drop. Look left, fire left. Incomplete. Almost picked off. It would have been a pick six there.
Jamal Sears is going to be sad because he could have gone all the way. He could have gone untouched.
The ball just whistled right by his left ear.
Brings up 4th down.
Another nice stand by the defense for CSU Pueblo. Again, where was this last week? We're almost to the point where we can't even talk about last week anymore.
Yeah.
We're almost there. I don't know if we're there yet, but we're almost there.
We'll be back to talking about it about 6 weeks from now.
Yeah, if something doesn't go right.
Almost blocked the punt. They get it away, booming out of there, taking deep back at the 14-yard line, across the 20, 25, Rivers, 30, tries to get outside. He's taken. That's a penalty. Then you can't tackle a guy by the back of the helmet. Rivers comes up looking, and the officials say, hey, where's the penalty?
You know, the field judge said, look, you're 5'5". Shut up and get off the
field. And it's 35-0,
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? He tackled him by the back of the helmet.
I saw it too, but sit down. You're 5'5".
Schedule your 3D mammogram today and let the
Rex still in at quarterback. Michi at tailback.
So they mark it at the 32-yard line. That's where the Thunderwolves will start this drive, leading at 42-0 with 10:49 to go here in the third quarter. Michi up under center. Bring Washington in motion across the formation to the right side. Looking right. Zip it and incomplete. Tried to get it to Morgan Smith, the big tight end. Or maybe no, it was actually trying to get it to the fullback, Patrick O'Malley, who's in the game on that right side.
Well, he didn't practice a whole lot this week, Patrick O'Malley. I basically come out and take attendance, is what I do. And on Tuesday and Wednesday, he was not dressed to practice, and he had an eye infection.
Yeah, you just hope that his vision's good enough to where he can see about 2 feet in front of him when he's plastering that guy on the edge.
He just has to see shapes. He doesn't, and light colors right now. He doesn't even have to see anything.
2nd and 10. He goes in motion to the right side, resets behind the right tackle. And they run it to Michi off the right side. Now tries to bounce it outside, back inside. He's got some momentum across the 35 out to about the 39-yard line. Pick up a 7. It'll be 3rd down and 3 upcoming for the Thunderwolves. Good run that time by Michi. Following his blockers, setting him up. Dipping in and out.
3rd down and about 4.
O'Malley and Smith come out of the game. Eckhoff and Johnson check back in for this play here. It's 3rd and a long 3 here. Ball is just across the 38-yard line. They need the 42 for the first down. Smith in motion, and sets up wide to the left here. Trips to the left. Washington and Johnson this side as well. From the gun, straight drop back. Dowson looks up, fires it up the sideline, and O'Shea's got it on the run across the 40, 35-30, to the 20, stripped up at the 17-yard line.
Oh, my.
And the man that tackled him,
Josh Gurnaby, if he doesn't get his paw out there, O'Shea Washington scores easy.
He comes up a little lame on the play, but is up now, under steam. Josh Gurnaby, sophomore out of Rockland, California. He made the saving tackle there. What a delivery that time by Dowson, hitting Washington in stride.
We almost didn't know where he was throwing that ball.
Exactly. He's just throwing it to an area, hope somebody run under it.
And O'Shea Washington was right where he was supposed to be.
Well, it's 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. Thunderbolts already up 42-0. Pitch left side to Michi. Across the 20, across the 15. Puts his head down, and he stood up out of bounds at about the 11-yard line.
You know, that cutback has been there all day to give you that 4 or 5.
Well, Joe, we talked about body language last week of the Thunderbolts not being good. You just look at Black Hill State now. They're just saying, man, can we just get the pizza and get on the bus?
You know, Jimmy Buffett has a song called I Wish I Was Somewhere Other Than Here. That is Black Hill State right now.
And, you know, look at this season. They were unfortunate to have Hummel out a couple games early on in the year. They thought they could have been maybe 5-2 rolling into this game. As it was, they were 4-3. Handoff left side, Michi. Nice cut across the 10, across the 5, down to about the 2-yard line.
Yeah, we've been doing this long enough to know the pulse of the games and the teams, and we were more concerned about this week than last week.
Exactly. And the Thunderbolts have answered nicely here. Well, I compare it a little bit, Joe, to 2014 when the Thunderbolts had to come in and take on Chadron State after losing at Fort Lewis, and they came out and played one of their better games.
That was awesome.
And doing much the same here today. Black Hill State not quite on par with what Chadron had back then, but still had to come out and perform, and that's what the Thunderbolts have done here today. Up under center. Dowson with Michi, gives it to him. Up the middle, he's hit immediately and goes down right at the line of scrimmage. That big-time defensive tackle there for the Yellow Jackets. He is a load. That's Michael Dykert.
I would like to see Csu-Pueblo pound and pound and pound, just for confidence for their offensive line, if anything. say we can get these 2 yards. We don't have to go to trickeration there. Let's just blow somebody off the ball.
Dykert, a hometown kid.
I mean, run on Alex Mitchell and Keith Head. Just run behind him and let him mash somebody.
They go to the pistol this time. Dowson has Michi with him. Straight drop back. Looks right now. Floats it to the back of the end zone. Jump ball situation to Eckhoff, and it sails almost over the crossbar. Almost looked like Michi said, you know what, there's nothing there. I'm just going to throw it away here because nobody was going to catch that one. So it'll be 3rd down and goal now from the 3-yard line. 42-0. Thunderbolts on top. 7:24 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Smith wide to the right. Washington in the slot to the right. Johnson in the slot to the left. From the pistol. Dowson straight drop back. Looks right. Fires back in the end zone. Smith has it. Touchdown. Josh Smith, you can go up high with him, Joe. He can go up and get a football.
Well, he's got the build, Jim. I mean, he's 6'3", 220, and he's thick.
And he just snagged that out of the sky. Beautifully done. Nice delivery by Dowson. And the Thunderbolts have 48 with the extra point upcoming.
And for a Seacom field goal, 10.
When we talk about it, free throws, it's like free throws here for Carter. He's 42 for 42 on the year. Ball's down. Kick is up. Survives the announcer jinx. 7:20 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Thunderbolts lead it 49-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
49-0. Thunderwolves on top. Some of the people here in the stands said, you know what, that's enough. Let's go out and listen to Jim and Joe on our ride home. Oh, and you're up 49-0. And the kick sails into the end. They don't even catch it.
They don't even.
5 yards deep and bounces out the back.
Hey, 49-0. There are no white flags, but if they had some, they'd throw it up right now. I know John Reiners is very disappointed, Jim.
Right.
I know he is.
Well, it was set up for them to come in here and give the Thunderbolts a game.
And if you read my story today, he didn't know what kind of team he'd see.
Yeah.
He said it was going to be either or.
Right.
He got the either.
So now 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from their own 25-yard line. Double wide out right, single wide out left. Here comes pressure off the edge. They set up the middle screen. Paris has it. He gets a block across the 25 up to about the 30. Gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
Did you see the closing speed from the secondary right there?
Yeah,
they're up 49-0, and the safeties on the far side, as soon as that screen was dumped off, just switched gears and took off.
Well, John Risson always says, I want my team to play fast and finish faster. And even though you're ahead in the game 49-0, he still wants them to finish fast, whoever's out there on the field. And that play was indicative of that. They were flying to the football. From the gun, Hummel, play action, rolls the pocket right, zips it incomplete. Tried to get that to the man that doubles as a return man. That's Harrison Belcher, who also lines up in the slot most of the time. And Belcher on the year has caught 14 balls. Has a touchdown on the year, but not been much of a factor in this game. Did catch that one pass on the little square in when it was, 2nd and 20 early in the first half. Pretty good little pattern.
Okay, now Darius Williams locked in as a corner now on the far side.
3rd and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. Hummel from the gun. Straight drop back. Drifts to the left, now zips it down the middle of the field, and it is caught inside the 35
nice
down to the 30, and it's that man we just got through talking about.
Yeah, nice catch.
And Belcher.
Well, they're getting a great spot all the way to the 30. It's kind of where he rolled.
So 1st and 10 there for the Yellow Jackets. They get behind the Thunderwolves defense. Thunderwolves right now, they want to pitch a shutout here, but now that's in jeopardy. With Black Hills State moving it down to the 30-yard line. Their deepest penetration of the day. They hand it off to Paris off the left side. He gets about 2 down to the 28-yard line.
He didn't get his 4 that time.
Just a play like that, you can see it just kind of lifts the spirits of Black Hills offense. They got a little bit more pep here now. Chance to get on the board.
Thank you for your attendance at today's
Trailing at 49-0.
We like to say we are big enough to count and small enough to care. Vectra Bank, a division of ZB and a member FDIC.
Second down and 8. Ball's on the left hash mark. Double wide out to each side. Harris the lone back from the gun. It's Hummel. Gives it to Paris off the right side.
No, that's not
That's
Paris.
a new back. That is Peyton Gilmore, the backup tailback. Gilmore on the year. Only 5 carries for 44 yards. He averages close to 9 a carry. Got a good burst there across the 25 down to about the 24-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 4. So he comes in, carries the ball once, heads off the field. Maybe not. Maybe that was somebody
that was
else.
a receiver. Gilmore's still in a tailback.
Gilmore from Houston, Texas.
How do you get a guy out of Houston?
And he gets the carry off the left side and goes nowhere this time. Mayer got in there.
You know how many schools are between Houston and Black Hills? Almost all of them.
Number 80, Michael Riston.
4th and 4 now. Riston on that stop. Pair on the backside of it. Now Black Hills looking over toward their sideline for this play call here. Play clock down to 18.
You know, whatever happens in the next 3 weeks, they play their last home game of the year next week.
All right, it gets over quick.
They have 3 games left, but they only play one more time at home, and that's next week. You got to feel so much better about just yourself after today.
Straight drop back. Look left, fire up the left sideline. Up for grabs, and a ball deflected incomplete.
Jimmy dropped it.
Looked like it got through there, but perhaps Williams got enough of it to alter the ability to catch it. I'm with you, Joe. Looked like he almost high-pointed that one and just whiffed on.
And Darius Williams walking off saying,
yeah, I got it.
Of all the guys you want to come at today, me? Really?
So the ball goes over on downs to the Thunderbolts. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
Who do we got? We got Rex back in at quarterback. Starting offensive line still in. I feel like a substitute teacher. All I do is take attendance.
Michi the lone back. Double wide out left this time. It's a double tight end set here for the Thunderbolts. Boyd out of the game since about midway through the second quarter. Play action. Dowson steps back, looks left, fires it left. Ball caught, and that's Eckhoff out across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Gain of 9, 2nd down and 1.
Should be Antonio Gates today.
That's right. He's got the number. Something about that 85 number. You might as well catch that ball,
man.
Antonio Gates, what a player in his day. Still around. He's hanging around, collecting a check, isn't he?
Well, be hard to give up, wouldn't it?
The guy he's training is pretty good. The guy on the other side for them. Name escaping me for the moment. 2nd and 1 here for the Thunderbolts. Draw play to Michi off the right side. He's got the 1st down and more. Cuts across the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
That play has worked all day on both sides of the ball.
Number 15.
Gain of 8. The right tackle, of course, is Keith Head. On the left side, Ty McCulley. They don't get mentioned a lot, the offensive line, basically because you just call them for false starts. That's when you get the name mentioned.
Holding or false.
Yeah.
When you hear an offensive lineman's name, it's usually by the referee. 74.
Ty McCulley lines up on this offensive left side, left tackle. He is a monster. 1st and 10 for the Thunderbolts. They draw him offside. Free play here, and Michi goes nowhere, so they'll take the 5-yard penalty.
I talked to Ty McCulley about playing left tackle because he is the most veteran of the veteran offensive line. Remember, he was put into the starting lineup as a freshman.
Right.
And so he that was like right before the first game. And so, here's a freshman from Pueblo Central lining up on the offensive line as a true freshman.
Offside. Number 55 on the defense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
But when he got the chance to move to left tackle, he wanted it. He wanted the challenge of protecting that blind side and being the guy.
1st down and 5 for the Thunderbolts. Again, we thank Scott Richards and Danny Medina, the sound man, for getting our referee mic fixed this week. Always nice to be able to...
I don't know. We don't ever see him anymore.
That's true. Maybe a couple weeks we'll see him. And now the Thunderbolts move on the right side. Keith Head, you got mentioned. False start. So now we go right back to where we were, 5 yards back, and it'll be 1st and 10.
False start. 77 on the 5-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
So we're down to 3:16 to go now here, and the clock will roll in the third quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 49-0. Of course, Danny DeRose, fixture here at the Thunderbowl. Of course, the stadium named after his dad. Not in attendance today. He's up in Boise because his boy Bruno in action tonight.
He's watching, though.
He's watching and listening. Hope things are going well up there. Tell Bruno hello for us.
You know, there's a great story on ESPN if you want to find it about the 30-year anniversary of the game with the replacement players. Dan DeRose playing alongside Lawrence Taylor. And if you just go read some of the quotes from Danny about playing alongside Lawrence Taylor, Danny was the captain of the defense in those games, and they would signal in the place to Danny, and he would have to tell LT what to do. And after a while, he said, "You're LT.
Yeah, do what you want.
It's a great read, and it's on ESPN.com or SportsIllustrated.com. I'm not sure which. I have to look. I don't send you to one place.
Go check out both. Just do a
I think it might be Sports Illustrated.
2nd down and 10. Pass was incomplete.
It is. It's Sports Illustrated.
Okay.
.com.
That's Rivers on the left side. He's got it. He's got the 1st down across midfield.
Nice
Looks like a face mask, and they didn't see it. He's still on his feet. Look at him fight.
See, that's what we wanted to see today from Csu-Pueblo.
The fight. The fight factor.
We didn't see any of that last week. Not fighting for the extra yard, not fighting to get off blocks. That's what we wanted to see today, and that's what we're seeing.
Well, we saw it on the returns. You watched Taylor fight to get into the end zone. Incredible return. Darius fighting to get into the end zone. Rivers, great punt return. Just a simple little 11-yard play there, but played hard. O'Malley in the game, goes in motion, resets behind the right side to give it to Michi, bounces it outside, puts his head down, and he fights forward across the 45 to about the 44, maybe the 43.
You know, Jim, if you play fast right now, if you're Csu-Pueblo, you're going to get extra because they're not. Black Hills is not. So if you keep that high intensity and energy up, you see that run right there with Austin Michi. He hit the hole hard. He only got 2 because it was clogged up, but he shouldn't have got any.
Right.
But if you keep your intensity up and play hard, you're going to break one because they're done.
Double wide out left this time. Forsgren is wide to the left. They bring O'Malley in motion, resets on the left side, right behind O'Malley. That's a good 1-2 punch. Hand up to Michi out the left side. He's got a lead blocker, puts his head down. Not quite patient enough that time. Need to set that block up. Gets it inside the 40 down to about the 38-yard line.
They'll take it, run the clock down a minute and then 20.
Morgan Smith also operating over on that left side.
You know, this is also...
So when you got Smith, O'Malley, and McCulley, that's a pretty good trifecta blocking.
That's just beef.
3rd down and 2 for the Thunderwolves from the 38-yard line of the Yellow Jackets. They lead at 49-0, a minute to go here in the third quarter. O'Malley in motion, resets on the right side, straight drop back, look left, fire left, ball caught. Johnson has the 1st down inside the 30. Down to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line where they're going to spot it. 1st and 10 there for the Thunderwolves.
You know, Amon Johnson probably looks like the least polished of all the receivers, but he might be the most gifted in terms of just natural, I'll-catch-anything kind of ability. I don't know if that makes sense. Like
I got you.
Well, you go to practice, his jersey doesn't fit, and he's, but he just doesn't look polished. But he is a very sure-handed, find the right spot kind of guy.
Rivers this time wide to the right, double tight end set, and clock running down. Well, now they're going to get the play off here. They look like Michi or Dowson was under duress there. Now gives it right side to Michi. Michi, nice little cut there. Bangs forward inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Almost looked like Dowson thought the quarter was about to end, but he was looking at the wrong clock.
Now it's going to end.
Now it could end. So it'll be 2nd down, and we'll call it 5 from the 23-yard line, but we're under 10 seconds to go now here in the quarter, and the Thunderbolts will just let it run out. They all hold up 4 fingers in unison as we head to the fourth quarter. Thunderbolts on top, 49-0. Thunderbolts football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
49-0. Thunderbolts on top. And an old buddy, friend of my son's, Matt Ricotta, listening today. He gives me the name of the guy we were forgetting, Hunter Henry, the tight end for the Chargers, who was playing so well this year. So, Matt, nice to hear from you. Hope things going well for you. 2nd down and 5 for the Thunderbolts from the 23-yard line. O'Malley in motion to the left side of the formation, resets. And he was leaning forward. It should have been a false start there. That was the Centennial lean pass, left side, incomplete.
Yeah, more to the point in the game where the officials, if it's not
blatant, they're just going to swallow it.
I'm curious as to why Rex is still in, but I have a couple of theories. You want to hear them?
Yeah, I think I might be able to guess one. Maybe I'll write it down here.
Well, I'm just thinking that Brandon Edwards is going to be healthy next week.
There you go. This is what I write down.
Brandon Edwards. Last game. Brandon Edwards is going to be healthy next week, and so you got to make sure that Rex stays sharp. We don't know if John Riston's do you lose your spot because of injury, or do you come back and get to take it over? Or it's going to be interesting to see this week.
Straight drop back. Screen right. And breaking one tackle, but not enough to get forward for the first down. I believe that was Eckhoff again.
Jim, that's his 5th catch.
Approaching career high territory, I would think.
I think we're there.
I think we're already there. I think you're right. It's going to be 4th down now and 3. They're going to send the field goal unit out here.
Well, it's good to get Mitch Carter some work. He is perfect on the year. Got to say it. You don't want to say it, but you got to say it. This is going to be from.
It's going to be
38 yards.
He's not quite deep enough by my taste. Looked like he's only about 6.5 yards deep. Actually, going to be closer to 37, I think, when they put this down. Ball's down. Kick is up. It's on the way. And looks like he missed it. Yep, wide to the right. So there goes his perfect year.
Well,
I knew he wasn't any good.
He can blame us. We and I hate to say it, but that might be a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, now he doesn't have to think about it when the next big kick comes up.
If there's a huge one where it's on the line and you've never missed, it gets in your head.
About it.
But now it's like no big deal. It's like perfect attendance when you're in 5th grade.
Well, you see him do it all the time on tour with a golfer, too. When the guy's leading the tournament, he's 48 for 48 on putts inside of 5 feet this weekend. He'll whip it out. That's just the way it goes when you start talking about things. You've sat next to me more than one occasion in basketball when I talk about a guy's free throws, shooting prowess.
No hitters.
Clank. So Black Hill State takes over from their own 21-yard line. Straight drop back. Look. Step up in the pocket. Looking deep, incomplete.
Jim, that was a perfectly thrown football.
Hairston Belcher was
into triple coverage.
In the area there, just didn't quite lay out for it.
Some of that might have been the sun. Coming right at that angle. He threw that into triple coverage, and it was perfect.
So 2nd down and 10.
Black Hills has now turned the ball over 5 times in this game.
Look right, ball caught across the 20 out to about the 23-yard line as they're getting some work in for Hairston Belcher. He just ran that fly pattern up the right side. They come right back to him on the little bubble screen.
Well, wide receiver Bradley Anderson was out there blocking on that play, and he just was not committed to blocking. He just didn't want any part of that.
3rd and 8 now for the Yellow Jackets. 13:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderbolts on top 49-0. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure, and they've got Hummel back inside the 15.
Trying to see who that was on the. Was that Rosenbrock? No,
Vitkovic coming into the ball game.
One of the down linemen, one of the backup down linemen.
He's the Pine Creek guy.
Yeah. Nice.
Or no, not. I'm getting him confused with that. He's out of Marysville, Washington, Bryce Vitkovic. So 4th down from the 16-yard line.
If he's from Pueblo, we'd call him Vitkovic.
That's true. Ball handled at the 35, across the 40.
O'Donnell fighting hard.
Down to about the 41.
Oh, that might have been Shane Larson.
I think it was Shane Larson
from Pueblo West. You know, he's a great kid, Shane Larson.
John loves him.
He does, and he's going to be a good one. It's great when the Pueblo kids come out here and they have a little bit of success.
So Thunderbolts take over at their own 40-yard line.
And we're getting down to it in preps too, Jim. A couple weeks left is all.
Well, it's setting up for, it's Easton Harrison next week up there in Springs. That'll be the big game. South takes on Ponderosa in a couple weeks.
On a Thursday night.
We've made that commitment. Joe and I are going to do that game on Thursday night, it looks like, for television, and then jump in the car, do that little 11, 12-hour jaunt to Washington, Utah, or St. George, same area. St. George, I think, is the actual town that's St. George and Washington, right in the same little area there. Here's the handoff up the middle, and they're going a little deeper into
Jevin Jordan.
Jordan, the running back for the Thunderbolts, a little cannonball.
Now,
he's more than a cannonball. He's like a bowling ball.
Now, here's the key, though, and you feel bad for a guy like Jevin Jordan and Gunnar Lamphere because this is the number 2s on offense. Okay, they got to get some work in right now. This is an entire second unit of offensive linemen.
I have an item for you.
So if you go at CSU Pueblo's backups.
You know, Jordan has a touchdown this year.
Ryan Strabala is going to be at center.
2nd down and 9 for the Pack. And they give it to Jordan up the middle. He hits in there, and he's going to lose a couple this time. Doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Hitting at the 39 now. We've got a stoppage. I think somebody lost their lid, perhaps. Equipment problem. We're going to send the lineman out of the game for the Thunderbolts.
Ryan Strabala, so he's number 51. He's going out. Corbin Feenstra, the senior center, thought his day was over. Got to come back in. You know, I watched after they called that chop block, and then there was a timeout, and Corbin Feenstra might be the smartest guy, football player in the league in terms of academics. And he was having a conversation with the officials trying to explain.
Yeah, exactly. I did see that. I remember that. Right at halftime.
Yeah, it's like,
let me educate you, Mr. Referee. Straight drop back, zip right side. Smith goes up and makes the grab, stays on his feet. Stiff arm ahead across the 45 out to about the 48-yard line. That was impressive. Be short of the first down, but Smith shows you some of his talent right there, going up and snagging that one and the run after the catch.
Well, he's built like most teams in the RMAC safeties. Yeah, he's a receiver.
Well, I remember earlier in the year, I go, he's not the basketball Josh Smith. Ralph Turner might not mind having a guy like that out there. That physicality.
Just the thickness.
Yeah. Basketball team's opening practice this week. Punt formation. Kind of a trick formation here for the Thunderbolts. Rugby style left. Kick is away.
Great kick.
Angle up the left sideline. Hits inside the 20, inside the 15, inside the 10. Rolling inside the 5. Oh, beauty. All the way down to the 3-yard line. Tanner Kuda. He's got my vote for all-conference punter. I don't think it's that close. Now we've got a penalty, though, on the Thunderbolts. Illegal formation, evidently, here as the flag is down back at the 45.
Well, when you move everybody like that, somebody might be uncovered. You know, and it may catch an official off guard. You make him kick it again, that's for sure. And that ball was on the 3.
Well, John Riston, of course, he's the special teams coordinator. He wants an explanation here because he'll want to put it in his notebook or whatever because he dials in a lot of these. That's his specialty.
Illegal formation. Number 34 on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 4th down.
Well, they got to ticket somebody on the foul, and they call it on Albright.
On Dylan Ulmer, but they didn't say what he did. But it was a funky formation. There was only one player to the right of center, and everybody else was flooded on the left side. And John Riston is he's up 49-0, and he's hot. You know what? That's good. I want to see that.
Yeah, he's looking across the way. Probably.
Look, this is the same exact formation. Riston's running again.
No, and he drops the snap, but handles it now and punts it away.
Another good one.
Fair catch signaled for and taken at the 17-yard line. So it's not as good as getting it down to the 3, but still inside the 20. They keep track of those stats for the punters.
That was a 14-yard gain just by making them punt again.
So Black Hills State will take over at their own 18-yard line. 10:32 to go here in the fourth quarter. Thunderbolts lead at 49-0. The only drama left here where the Thunderbolts defense can get the shutout.
Risto I think he was mad that he dropped the punt or the snap.
Coaches will be coaches.
And they should.
They coach 60 minutes.
And they should. I'm all for it. We saw too much last week.
Yeah, you don't want to relax.
See, I'm almost done with last week, Jim.
Almost. Getting closer.
Almost. I have a little something to say about it tomorrow in tomorrow's paper, but...
Pass left side, caught. And again, it's Belcher.
Number 20, Erickson Belcher.
The man with 3 names.
Starting number 17.
You know, you can put in all the reserves you want, but Darius Williams isn't coming out of the game.
Yeah, he says, I'm out here.
He's just not coming out of the game.
I'm a full shift kind of guy.
Yeah, I clocked in. We're not done.
And Emery Taylor's still out there as well on the left corner.
I'll tell you why, because they're so competitive, those two. If one doesn't go, the other one doesn't go.
2nd down and 5. Give it to Paris, tries to bounce it outside, and he's hit, gets across the 25 to about the 27.
That was Tanner Draper, the man with total disregard for his body, gets up with his right shoulder hurt, but he's going to hurt
the rest of his life.
The rest of his life. It's just, he's got rebuilt shoulders for this season. Remember, he tweeted a picture from his hospital bed. 2 of them, he says. He had 2 rebuilt shoulders.
Well, he and I have something in common. He's got shoulders, I got new hips.
You got hips.
His sound more painful than mine. That was pretty easy, I thought. Of course, I'm not out there involved in a train wreck after every play.
Yeah, you're not 20 either.
Here's the handoff up the middle, and it's going to be short of the first down. They tried to get the yard with Paris, and he is stopped for no gain. So 4th and a yard, Black Hill State. You know what? John Reiner says, if we can't get a yard on 3rd down, forget about it. Punt the ball away. I don't care what the score is. I think he is saying what the score is. He says, you know what? Forget about it. Punt the thing away.
Well, he doesn't want to lose.
Let them run some clock.
Yeah.
Man, this just has to be hugely disappointing to Black Hill State and their program. They thought they could come in here, and they're probably upset now that Fort Lewis did it last week. They thought maybe they could be the team to ambush the Thunderwolves.
Oh, nice punt.
Spiraling deep. Taken at the 20. 25. 30. Nice move by Larson. He's out to the 31-yard line.
Well, if the Thunderbolts have anything right now, it's empathy for the Black Hills State Yellow Jackets.
Number 12, Terrence Wilson. First down, Thunderbolt.
So Thunderbolts run Gunnar Lamphere out there, along with Jordan. O'Malley to block.
Well, and poor Patrick O'Malley, they don't have a backup fullback.
Yeah,
there is no depth chart to fullback for Patrick O'Malley. Even on the depth chart flip card, there's no backup.
And they give it to Jordan up the middle, and he squirts through there.
That's Jevin Jordan right there. That's what he does.
To about the 37-yard line. So good run there by Jevin.
Number 39, Jevin Jordan, ball carrier.
Gain of about 7 out to the 38-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3 for the Thunderwolves. We're down to 8 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves on top, 49-zip. Well, I was looking at we're still up in the air on what we're doing for basketball this year with Thunderwolves and the coverage they're going to get. But there's a trip to Spearfish. It's just one of those one-game trips. No doubleheader or back-to-back nights this year for the Thunderwolves basketball team when they go up there. Here's the handoff to Jordan again.
It's kind of a long way to go to play once.
One game, yeah, that's what I was thinking, but that's the way it sets on the schedule.
And not kind of. It really is a long way to go to play one game.
And I think it's right, it might be the 30th of December, which is really weird. So you got to go all that way and then try to recoup for New Year's Eve, Joe.
Well, they're college kids. They don't.
I'm thinking more about me.
They don't do anything on New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve's on a Sunday night, Jim.
You know me. It's all about me, Joe. I'm all worried about what I have to do.
It's a Sunday night. You should be at church.
3rd down and 3 now for the Thunderwolves. A little confusion here on this set. Now Forsgren and Hill run over to the left side along with Long.
Did you hear that silence? They're down to 2 on the play clock. They do get it off.
Straight drop back. Lamphere looks left, fires over there. Caught! First down. Out across midfield.
That's Shane Larson.
Larson into the ball game, getting some action for the Thunderwolves. I tell you, John loves this kid. True freshman out of Pueblo West.
You know why? Because Shane Larson's tough. You know, John, they like, you got to be tough to play Division II anyway. That's just part of the makeup. It is what it is. but you got to be tough to play at this level.
1st and 10 from the 48-yard line for the Thunderwolves. Lamphere up under center here. Jordan alone back. And he's going to get it. Bounces it outside. Bangs his way down to about the 46-yard line. A gain of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 with 6:10 to go here in the 4th quarter. 49-0. Thunderwolves on top.
Coming by number 36, Tanner Cadra.
Long comes out of the game for the Thunderwolves. Looks like Edwards wide to the right this time. And they're going to read option. Lamphere keeps it. Breaks it outside across the 45, flag down, holding against the Thunderwolves.
Well, and the back judge just threw his flag 30 yards in the air. That's a great toss.
It's like he says, I got it. I want to make the call.
They look like dead geese, those flags.
Injured player down for Black Hills State. Here's the call.
Holding. Number 9 on the offense. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Penalty on Guerra.
Somebody from Csu-Pueblo just went down.
Timeout for injury.
And we got 2 players down. A Thunderwolf down in the backfield as well. So timeout on the field. 5:37 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves lead at 49-0 on Fox Sports Pueblo.
CSU Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
Injured Thunderwolf is up, and it's Willie Hayes III, the sophomore out of Aurora's Grandview High School. Left leg injury, it looks like here, and the injured Black Hills State player is up as well, but by the time I looked up, there was about 5 guys around him. I'm not sure which one it was that was hurt. Still focused on getting Hayes off the field here, kind of dragging that left knee. Not a good sign there. Being helped off by Ty McCulley, as well as looks like Alex Mitchell doing the honors of bringing him off the field there. Now he's trying to put a little weight on that left leg. So it's 2nd down and long here for the Thunderwolves. 2nd and 18. Lamphere sets in the pocket. Here comes late pressure. Stiff arm gets the pass away. It's up for grabs, and it's caught by the Thunderwolves. Forsgren coming up with it across midfield down to the 47-yard line. Is maybe not the best advised throw of the day, but he got enough steam on it to get it up the field, and Forsgren stayed with it and hauled it in.
I like that, but see, that time all the receivers didn't run away. They came back to him.
So it's 3rd down now and 9 for the Pack. Straight drop back. Flushed. Runs it up the middle. Breaks a tackle. He's going to get the 1st down and more.
Oh, look at they want to take shots at him. He didn't slide. He's going to learn self-preservation eventually.
And Lamphere gets the 1st down for the Thunderwolves. That's the element he brings. He's elusive. Got a little bit more speed than Dowson or Edwards. Of course, AJ, that's his bread and butter there. AJ with a setback this week. That shoulder not responding to the treatment he's been given. Still remains to be seen, but he was hoping to get back this week. And
we talked to AJ before the game, and he pushed it a little too hard in his rehab, and he was getting some inflammation, and you can't do that. These kids don't want to take it easy. They don't know how to take it easy.
Right. No gain on the play for Jevin Jordan.
Farmers Insurance is a proud sponsor of the CSU.
Sophomore out of Aurora Central High School.
Because the more you know, the better you can plan for what's ahead. Find out how your local farmers agent can help you.
Down to 3:40 to go here in the 4th quarter. Thunderwolves on top, 49-0.
888-96 Farmers.
Long wide to the right. Edwards and Larson to the left this time for the Thunderwolves. From the pistol. Lamphere takes the snap. Looks right.
Oh, great block.
Fake, comes right. Ball caught by Guerra. He's got the 1st down inside the 25, down to around the 20-yard line. Now you've heard Joe mention John Risson loves this guy, Preston Guerra.
Pass complete to number 9, Preston Guerra.
He's from Peoria, Illinois, Cactus High School. He's built in that good size. He's built in that Eckhoff mold. He's 6'2", 235. And he's got the hair.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous of all these. They got the hair.
Thunderbolts with that good Arizona connection. 1st and 10 at the 19. This time up under center. They go to the I formation. O'Malley, the fullback. Jordan, the I back. And they give it to Jevin. And he's hitting the backfield, and he'll go down. Good penetration there. Tiefenthaler coming in to get him. Senior out of Prescott, Arizona. Loss of 2. It'll be 2nd down and 12. We're down to 2:39 to go. Stay with us on our post-game show. Joe will be down on the field. He'll talk to what should be a very happy John Riston.
Happier, that's for sure. That was fun last week. Dental work with no anesthesia.
Larson out wide to the left along with O'Donnell. Offset I this time. Up under center, it's Lamphere. Takes the snap, gives it to Jordan. Puts his head down, wedges his way across the 20 down to about the 18-yard line.
You know, Jim, this could be their first shutout of the year. Not sure the last one they had. I don't know if they got one last year or not either. I don't think they did.
I think you have to go back the year before.
3rd down and about 8.
And that one didn't count because they vacated all of that. So it's been a first shutout in a long time. And we're not disparaging, but a lot of times when the backups get in late, that's when teams score that cosmetic touchdown or kick return or something like that.
I formation here on 3rd and 8.
Milking the clock.
Give it to Jordan off the right. Nice cut across the 50, across the 10, down to about the 5-yard line.
Now we'll see. John Riston likes John Reiners.
Victory formation.
Yeah, I don't know that he'll...
Yeah, he was taking a shot. He would have taken the score right there because you're still...
Yep, and they're just putting their hands up for the...
Yeah, saying that's it. Ball's on to the 5-yard line. You know, Jordan, he wanted to get into the end zone. That would have been his 2nd touchdown of the year if he could have stayed on his feet. It was a great run. But now we go to victory formation, under a minute to play. Have to do this twice, and that'll be it. That's once. Down to 45 seconds to go. Now wait till the clock goes under 40. They won't waste any time here. Just get right up there once it goes under 40 and do it. Joe Cervi making his way out of the booth. He'll be down on the field to talk to John Riston immediately after this ball game's over, after we take a quick timeout. There's the knee taken, and that will do it. It's final from the Thunderbowl. Thunderbolts win it 49-0. Back with the Thunderbolts postgame show right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts win it 49-0. We're awaiting Joe Cervi and John Riston
We will celebrate the memories of our time on campus.
for our post-game show, but
Enjoy the band in the same Csu-Pueblo alma mater.
still waiting for John to make his way over. We're going to have a word with somebody else a little bit later on, but we're ready to go. I think down on the field. Go ahead.
Thank you for coming, our sports partners. Thank you for coming.
And, we've got a problem down there.
And I thank you for coming.
Joe didn't turn his mic on. So, well, we don't have our post-game interview. We apologize for that. As our wireless mic, you can hear it trying there, but I don't think Joe has it on. So that's the problem. So no interview with John Riston after this ball game. Thunderwolves win it 49-0. We'll come back after this timeout. We'll have our highlights right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderwolves postgame show. Thunderwolves win the ball game 49-0. Without further ado, let's get to today's highlights, compiled by Caitlin Norton today back in mission control. Thunderwolves had a little trouble offensively early, but the defense, they were ready from the get-go, and they got a chance to score right away. Still 20 on the play clock. Straight drop back. Here comes pressure off the edge. He steps up, gets the pass away. Intercepted by the Thunderwolves. Back the other way. It's Williams across the 20.
Can he do it again?
10. Jumps to the 5. Cuts to the outside to the goal line. Touchdown, Thunderwolves! And the return, 35 yards for Darius Williams. Mitchell Carter would add the extra point. It was 7-0 Pack with 7:44 to go in the first quarter. That's the way the first quarter would end. Thunderwolves, though, were in the middle of a long drive. When we moved on into the fourth quarter, they would go 80 yards in 10 plays, capped off by Marche. First and 10, Thunderwolves from the 11-yard line. They go with their power package this time. Single wide out to the right. Marche is the lone back. Dowson up under center. He's going to give it to Marche. Bounces it outside. Now cuts it back inside. Nice move across the 5. Powers his way to the goal line. Stretches across. Touchdown! Thunderwolves! Score came with 13:36 to go in the second quarter. Extra point was good. It made it 14-0. Then 14 seconds later, the defense would strike again. Harris goes in motion. He's going to go out to the right side. They look right with the pass. This could be intercepted. That's up to picked off by Taylor. He's inbounds. Across the 45. 40 up the sideline. 30. 25. Cuts back inside across the 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown! Thunderwolves! An incredible catch, an incredible return by Emory Taylor. 46 yards in all. The extra point good by Mitchell Carter. That would make the score 21-0 at that point. Thunderwolves on top. Then they would get a great punt return by Kevin Rivers. Set the Thunderwolves up at the 21-yard line. It would take them 2 plays this time. Up under center, it's Dowson here. Ball in the left hash mark. Single wide out each side. Denard the lone back. They draw him offside. They don't throw the flag, though. Denard off the right side. Stays on his feet. Inside the 10. 5. Touchdown! Marche Denard! Darnard was hit at about the 18-yard line, stayed on his feet, bounced it into the hole, and then clear sailing on into the end zone. The extra point good by Mitchell Carter. That would make the score 28-0 with 7:52 to go in the first half. Thunderwolves weren't done, though. They come back again on a short field, and it would take them 5 plays to go 20 yards. Second and goal now for the Thunderwolves from the 7-yard line. Ball's right in the middle of the field. They're going to go to the pistol again. Get the feet of Lamphere. He operates better out of that pistol. 2 wide outs to the right. Denard the lone back. And they fake it to Denard.
Oh, Lamphere rolls wide open.
Pass with a flat caught. Touchdown, Thunderwolves. And indeed it was Aaron Eckhoff. 4:56 to go in the first half. It capped a 20-yard drive in 5 plays. Extra point good by Mitchell Carter. And that's the way we would go to the halftime break. Thunderwolves would come out early on. It didn't take them long in the second half. This time they had a short little 15-yard drive in 2 plays following a fumble recovery. Eckhoff in motion to the left side, resets. Dowson up under center, gives it to Marche out the left side. Big block, across the 10, across the 5, touchdown! Thunderwolves! Marche Denard on the 15-yard run. Extra point good by Mitchell Carter, making it 42-0. 14:02 to go in the third quarter. Thunderwolves will then get the ball back and a nice drive. 8 plays, 68 yards. And again, they'd go to the air this time for the touchdown. Smith wide to the right. Washington in the slot to the right. Johnson in the slot to the left. From the pistol. Dowson straight drop back. Looks right. Fires back in the end zone. Smith has it. Touchdown! And Josh Smith, with those great hands, went up and made the grab in the back of the end zone. Extra point was good. That would cap off the scoring. Thunderwolves win it 49-0. We thank Caitlin Norton for compiling those highlights throughout the day. Back with our final numbers right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunder Zone. The celebration continues down on the field, as well as some commiseration. 30 players from Black Hill State from Colorado on this roster, so a lot of friends and family here watching the ball game for them, and they're all greeting each other down on the field. It's a much nicer conversation down on this side of the field for the Thunderwolves. Here's the final numbers for today's ball game. Thunderwolves 20 first downs, Black Hill State with 4. Thunderwolves 173 on the ground on 41 carries. Black Hill State 38 yards on the ground, 23 carries. Thunderwolves with a net 215 yards passing. Black Hill State held to 81. Total offense, Thunderwolves 388 yards on 73 plays from scrimmage. Black Hill State only 119 yards today on 48 plays from scrimmage. Big number today, turnovers. Black Hill State would turn the ball over 4 times. Actually, 5 times. They lost a fumble as well. Thunderwolves did not turn the ball over today. Penalty yards, Much better today for the Pack. Held to only 50 on 6 times, and usually that's not acceptable when you think about it for a ball club, but considering the way the Thunderbolts have been this year, 6 for 50, they'd take that, I suppose. For Black Hills State, only penalized 3 times today for 14 yards. Time of possession, Thunderbolts 38-55. Black Hills State 21-25. On third down, the Thunderbolts were 9 of 15. Black Hills State held to 3 of 13. Black Hills State 0 of 1 on fourth down. Thunderbolts didn't go for it on fourth down. Thunderbolts 4 of 5 in the red zone. Black Hills State did not reach the red zone today. Individual numbers, Marche Denard, 13 carries for 92 yards, 3 touchdowns, averaged 7.1 yards a carry today. Asamichi, 12 for 52. Jevin Jordan, 9 for 22. Lamphere, 3 for 8. For Black Hills State, Paris, 18 for 49. Gilmore, 2 for 4. Hummel, 3 for a negative 15. You got to factor in the sack yardage there for that number. Dowson, 14 of 24, 157 yards, 1 touchdown today. Was sacked once. Lamphere, 7 of 8, 58 yards, 1 touchdown. He was sacked once. Hummel, 10 of 25, had 4 picks today, 81 yards. Was sacked twice in the game. Washington, 5 grabs for 62. Eckhoff, 5 for 53 and a touchdown. Rivers, 2 for 26. Forsgren, 2 for 15. Smith didn't make the top 4 there in receiving, but remember, he did catch one for a touchdown as well for the Thunderbolts. Hairston Belcher, 5 for 50. Adamson, 2 for 15. Paris, 2 for 12. Lindsay, 1 for 4. Defensive numbers today. Rosenbrock saw extensive action today for the Thunderbolts. He ends up with 8 tackles. Croy was 6. Riston, 6. Draper with 4. Gernabi had 16 to lead the way today for Black Hills State. Goddard with 11, Bach with 9, Sauter with 6. Final score, Thunderbolts win it 49-0. Back with scores from around the country right after this on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbolt. Thunderbolts win the ball game 49-0. I'm feverishly trying to get all the scores in here for you that I can. We don't quite have all of them, but I'm working at it here. Still looking for Chapman State and South Dakota Mines here. We'll look around for that here for a little bit for you, but we'll give you what we have right now. In the conference today, Mines... That's Colorado Mines defeats Dixie State 19-17 is the final there. Western New Mexico in a non-conference game. But, Fort Lewis last week, they came up with a big upset over Csu-Pueblo. Well, it's a short-lived winning streak. They lost today in Silver City. 20-17 the final there. Western New Mexico, one of their only wins on the year. Just makes you scratch your head a little bit more about what happened last week. Western State with a win today over Highlands, 26-16. Mesa blasted Adams State today, 70-21 is the final there. And I'll get to that final on Chapman State and Mines when we come back in our next segment. Of course, last night, of Colorado scores of note, Air Force over Nevada, 45-42. They win it on the last-second field goal, and CSU held on to defeat New Mexico, 24-21. CU and Washington later on tonight. Montana State taking on Northern Colorado. We'll get a final for that one for you in the next segment as well. Let's go to the big boys and refresh our screen here and see what's happening in some of the late games. Crazy game, 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Michigan State clinging to a 10-9 lead over Indiana right now. Number 8, Miami of Florida over Syracuse, 20-16. There's 9 minutes to go in that ball game. Number 1, Alabama leads Tennessee 38-7. 6:57 to go in the fourth quarter there. Late fourth quarter score, number 14, Virginia Tech leads North Carolina 59-7. Early third quarter, Kansas State over Oklahoma 21-17. Here are finals. Number 5, Wisconsin over Maryland 38-13. Number 10, Oklahoma State in overtime defeats Texas today 13-10. Number 20, Central Florida knocks off Navy 31-21. South Florida in action tonight against Tulane. LSU is same with Ole Miss. Big game of the night. USC will take on Notre Dame tonight in South Bend. Michigan is at Penn State. Auburn is at Arkansas. Kansas is at TCU. West Virginia at Baylor. We mentioned Colorado taking on Washington State. Final from Thursday night, Memphis defeated Houston 42-38. So that gets you caught up on what's going on around the country. We'll have a couple more finals for you. We come back after this final timeout. Once again here, Thunderwolves win it 49-0. We'll tell you where we're going to be next week. That all comes your way next. Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo.
Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.
And welcome back to the Thunderbowl. Don't want to shortchange you. I guess we didn't give you the Division II scores from around the country. Some of the big games today. The biggest game of all was number 8 Ferris State defeating Grand Valley today. 28-27 was the final there. Grand Valley in control most of the afternoon there before Ferris State wins it late. So there'll be a little bit of a shakeup in the polls there. Here are some of the other scores of note. Number 1 Northwest Missouri today defeated Lindenwood. We'll give you the winners here. Number 2 IUP wins. Number 3 Minnesota State on Thursday night was a winner. Number 5 Ashland wins. Number 6 Shepherd wins. Number 7 Midwestern State takes on West Texas A&M later on this evening. Number 9 Fort Hays State a winner. Number 10 Texas A&M Commerce defeats Angelo State 34-20. Number 11 Indianapolis, they're in action tonight. Number 12 Winona State, they defeat Wayne State 42-19. That's of particular note. Thunderwolves in that same region with Winona State. Thunderwolves didn't get any help today, by the way. We'll just tell you that right now. Florida Tech leads West Alabama 34-24. That's a fourth quarter score. Here's another one of note for Thunderwolves fans. Central Washington in the region with the Thunderwolves. They lead in the fourth quarter over North Alabama. Thunderwolves are hoping to get some help today from North Alabama, but right now Central Washington, the 14th ranked team in the country, leads North Alabama 17-10. Number 15 Sioux Falls a winner. Number 16 Assumption a winner. Number 17 Delta State, they play later on the night. Number 18 Wingate, they defeated Mars Hills. Number 19 Slippery Rock, they were defeated today by Edinburgh. Number 20 Central Missouri, they defeat Washburn. Number 21 Virginia State, all over Lincoln, Pennsylvania. 73-21 was the final there. We mentioned the Mesa score, 70-21 over Adams State today. Right here, the Thunderwolves, of course, defeated Black Hills 49-0. Number 24 West Georgia, they lead in the third quarter over Mississippi College 28-0. And later on tonight, another one of note for the Thunderwolves, Humboldt State, the 25th ranked team in the country. They play Western Oregon. That's a night game. That'll be 7 o'clock our time. If you're looking for something to watch on the internet, wondering how the Thunderwolves are going to shake out, that might be one you want to check out. Other score we missed earlier, Chadron State did defeat South Dakota Mines today 29-17. And the Big Sky Conference, Colorado-type football fans here, Northern Colorado loses a tough one today to Montana State 27-24. So there are all the scores we can give you from around the country. We'll tell you where we're going to be now next week. Of course, Wednesday night, each and every Wednesday night right here on Fox Sports Pueblo, it's the Car Pros John Riston Show. My partner Joe Cervi, along with myself, will host that along with the head coach John Riston. That's 6 o'clock from the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Come out and join us. We usually have some giveaways if you give us a question. And we'd like to come out and have some nice dinner, and the beverages are great at the Thunder Zone Pizza and Tap House. Once again, each and every Wednesday night, 6 o'clock to 7, right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Our next action of Thunderwolves football will be next Saturday afternoon. It's the final home game of the season, as it'll be Western State coming to town. It'll be a 1:30 pregame, 2 o'clock kickoff right here on Fox Sports Pueblo. Of course, we have Broncos football for you tomorrow on Fox Sports Pueblo as they take on the Chargers in Los Angeles tomorrow afternoon. 2:25 is the kickoff there. I imagine 1:06 with the pregame if I had to guess a time here for Fox Sports Pueblo. Of course, special people to thank here today. Of course, the Assistant Athletic Director in charge of Media Relations is Dak Larson. Sean Pruley is his assistant. Joe Folda is the Athletic Director. And, of course, special thanks to John Riston and his entire staff. Caitlin Norton's been our producer and engineer today of Thunderwolves football. She's been all season long. My partner is Joe Cervi. My name's Jim Brooks. Reminding you, final time here from the Thunderbowl. Thunderwolves win it 49-0. Until we talk to you on Wednesday evening, this is Jim Brooks bidding you good afternoon from the Thunderbowl.
This has been Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves football on Fox Sports Pueblo 1350. Catch all the action all season long right here on the home for all things Csu-Pueblo Thunderwolves athletics. Fox Sports Pueblo 1350.